Make sure you subscribe and turn on my notifications to join Greg. We are the fastest growing army on YouTube. Do not look that up. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. What's up, Greg? I've wanted to make a video about the High School Musical movies ever since I started making videos about DCOMs almost 5 years ago. More so as just an excuse to go back and watch them, because when I was a kid, I really liked these movies. And if you're a millennial, chances are you did too. And you were also too scared to admit that to any of your friends. I don't know why as an 11-year-old I felt the need to pretend that I didn't like a movie that was, you know, made for 11-year-olds. As if all my friends were gonna be like, High School Musical? I don't know, man. Sounds a little immature to me. I only watch war footage. I'm a very violent young man. Either way, something I did not realize as a kid is how low budget these movies were. The first movie was made on a budget of $4.2 million, which might sound like a lot, but Zombies 3, which is a newer DCOM, cost $40 million to make. In Zombies defense, though, they needed the money. Those werewolf costumes looked pretty expensive. High School Musical was shot in just a couple of weeks. In fact, they were so strapped for cash, they couldn't even afford a real title. Apparently, High School Musical was just the working title for the script, and they were like, we'll come up with a better one eventually, and then they didn't. I'm very excited to see if these movies hold up to my jaded adult eyes. So let's start with the first one. Let me introduce you to the two main characters of this movie, Troy and Gabriella. They don't know each other yet, but they're both on vacation with their respective families at a ski resort on New Year's Eve. And right away, this movie shows you everything you need to know about these characters in like 2 minutes. Gabriella is nerd girl. She doesn't want to go to the teen party because she's busy reading a book. Meanwhile, Troy's dad is the most stereotypical Disney dad to ever grace the screen. Not only is Mr. Bolton Troy's dad, so instead of getting ready for the parties, he's making Troy run drills in the hotel gym.
Am I going left?
Yeah, he looks middle, you take it downtown.
Well, Troy, it's New Year's Eve. You know what that means. That's right, Dad. I might finally get my first kid. Fake right! Take the ball downtown! Troy's mom comes to get them for the party, and Troy asks if he can have one more basket with all of the confidence and swagger of a real high school jock.
Come on, one more.
One more? Just one more basket, please. Troy shows up to the teen party and is immediately yawning his face off. All right, hell yeah. This is clearly a popular jock who knows how to party. Somehow, despite being the two most bored people at the party, to the spotlight operator's credit, they actually do crush it. They both get up there and they're nervous at first, but then all of a sudden, Troy's voice, it's like it changes almost, actually. It's like his voice changes from his voice to like a professional singer's voice. Because that is what happens, actually.
Living in my own world. Now who'd have ever thought that?
I think this might be like the most well-known High School Musical trivia, but for the vast majority of the first High School Musical movie, it's not Zac Efron's voice singing. He had a voice double. His name is Drew Seeley, and he never appears on screen in the movies. He also apparently didn't even realize how big of a movie High School Musical was, and forgot that he had done the vocals for the movie until it came on the TV while he was working a shift at P.F. Chang's. Apparently, he tried to convince his coworkers that it was really him singing in the movie, and no one believed him. It's kind of funny because the whole point of the movie is kind of like, hey, basketball guys can sing too if they wanna. But not this basketball guy, actually. You don't want to hear this basketball guy's voice. So they crush the song, and then, actually, I don't remember this scene. Yeah, I don't know what happens here at all. Looks like the teacher is about to maybe give some kind of speech about today's sponsor? This video is sponsored by the Pokemon Company International. And they've sponsored this video because they want me to share some very exciting news with you. A Pokemon Day celebration is taking place in Pokemon Trading Card Game Pocket right now. There's a new themed booster pack, Triumphant Light. And players can receive 3 booster packs for free just by logging in. And these booster packs, mind you, are guaranteed to contain at least 1 card of 4 diamond rarity or higher. By completing special missions, you can also obtain a unique display board, as well as Space-Time Smackdown packs, 500 trade tokens, 12-pack hourglasses, 24 Wonder Hourglasses, 24 Trade Hourglasses. Not to mention, at the end of March, ranked matches are coming to the game. So get your favorite decks ready and get ready to battle, baby. Pokemon Trading Card Game Pocket is a free-to-start game, available right now for download on iOS or Android. So go to this link or click the link in the description to join now. Log in, have some fun, and enjoy the Pokemon Day celebration. And now back to Troy. But unbeknownst to him, there's a new student at East High.
I reviewed your impressive transcripts. I expect your light will shine very brightly here at East High.
I don't want to be the school's freaky genius girl again.
Freaky genius girl. What did you do at your last school? Troy notices that Gabriella is sitting in the back of their drama class, and not to be nitpicky, but this drama class scene lasts for 2 minutes, but the class happens in real time from start to finish in that 2 minutes. The bell rings. They sit down. The whole class gets detention, and then the bell rings again and they leave. How long is a school day at East High? Is it like 15 minutes? Troy shows Gabriella around, they catch up a little bit, and it is revealed that East High is having auditions for their winter musical pretty soon. Troy jokes that Gabriella should sign up because, you know, they sang together, and Gabriella's response is basically, fuck no.
I'll be signing up for anything for a while.
Yeah, I don't know why. I remembered this movie differently. I thought they both wanted to do the musical. Troy seems to maybe want to do it, and Gabriella's like, no, I'm not doing that. No, I don't sing. I'm not a freaky genius girl, and I'm definitely not a freaky singer girl.
So, dude, you know that school musical thing?
Troy, it's like show music.
Yeah, and you guys would never do anything like sing show music, right? Movie. That's the funny thing about this movie. Since it's a movie about a musical, there are several characters in this movie that are opposed to musicals. So it is a little jarring to see those characters seemingly completely unaware that they are literally singing and dancing right now. But on the other hand, I guess it would also be weird if they didn't sing when everyone else was. At the end, when they're all singing, we're all in this together, Corbin Blue's just standing around like, this is lame. There's 2 parts in the song though where Troy like stops rapping to sing from the heart about how he wants to do the musical.
She makes this feel so right. And should I go for it?
What do you mean she makes this feel so right? And should I go for it? Gabriella doesn't want to do the musical. It was your idea, and she said no. Don't drag her into this. This girl's making me crazy. No, you're crazy. You already were, and then you met a girl. That's what happened. Also, Zac Efron is 5'8", and presumably so is everybody else on this basketball team, because they're all like the same height, so how good exactly are they at basketball? Okay, wow, where'd he go? Pay no attention to the fact that as he turns the corner, he probably fully saw Troy like. Meanwhile, Troy's dad is just standing there like, huh, that's weird. Could have sworn I saw basketball. Now, when we see the auditions, it becomes immediately clear that while Ryan and Sharpay are basically made out to be the villains of this movie because they're so overprotective of their theater department, they are completely in the right to do so. Not because their audition is really good, which it actually is, but because everyone else's is so bad.
It's hard to believe
That I couldn't sneeze.
It seems that no one else in this entire school can even sing. It seems like they actually don't even have a concept of what music is. So like, yeah, I would actually be hoping I got the lead too. It is funny how they all act like they can't sing, and then anytime there's like an actual musical number as part of the movie, every member of the student body sings their heart out like the Renters do. What's going on there? So Troy shows up to audition, and then Gabriella shows up too. I guess, turns out she actually did want to audition. I don't know. I don't know if Troy threatened her or what, but she shows up. But they are too late to the actual audition, so they don't get to audition in time, but they stick around afterwards and just sing an audition anyway. And Miss Darbus, the director, hears them and decides, you know what, you guys get a call back. Understandably so. She's working with a very small talent pool. Here comes 2 people who know what a song is. She's got to hold on to that. You can see here. The pain is manifesting itself in Troy physically here, as he can't even shoot a basket without experiencing immense physical trauma. Aren't basketball players supposed to be good under pressure? Especially the captain of the team. Seems like this whole movie we've seen nothing short of the psychological unraveling of Troy because he sang with a girl one time.
Hey, we just had another team meeting.
We just had another team meeting, man, and we just wanted to say we forgot about JJ Buckets Jenkins, class of 1984. Does that change your mind? So later, Troy sneaks up onto Gabriella's balcony. Again, huge house, no explanation, to try to win her back.
This could be the start of something new. It feels so right to be here with you.
Okay. Yeah, I don't remember this part being so pitchy, but this actually is Zac Efron's voice.
Here with you.
Yeah, this is very uncomfortable. Can we get Drew Seeley in here, please?
Start of something new. It's a pair Pairs audition.
Saying it's a pairs audition kind of implies like I would audition without you if I could. I guess Troy meant what he said earlier to the webcam. He really does not care about Gabriella. He just wants to be in the musical.
Gabriella is not important.
You might make the mistake like I did when I watched this as a kid of thinking this is kind of like a Romeo and Juliet story about Troy and Gabriella. And it is a Romeo and Juliet story, but Gabriella is not Juliet. Juliet is just the musical. Can't help but feel like all that screaming at you and making you play basketball until your hands bleed has had some kind of negative effect on you. But all I want in life is for you to be happy. While playing basketball, I am still demanding that.
Thanks, Coach. Dad.
Let's stick with Coach unless you win, all right? Sharpay and Ryan try to throw another wrench into Troy and Gabriella's plans of attending the callbacks for the musical by getting the callbacks changed to the exact same time as not only Troy's championship basketball game, but also Gabriella's decathlon tournament. So the gang has to create a diversion. That way they can make all three events. So Gabriella, and sing and dance with them like you learned a valuable lesson. Get out. If Gabriella dropped dead right now, you would dance on her grave. And that's High School Musical 1. Many people lovingly remember Little Viking Boy from the first High School Musical movie. And while he rocketed to stardom in the wake of the first movie, his troubled life and fall from grace has been the subject of many concerned Twitter threads in the 19 years since. Do you know why I pulled you over today, sir? Huh? I said, do you know why I pulled you over? You're all over the road. Huh? All right, you want to play tough, asshole? That's fine. Huh? All right, step out of the vehicle, take off that helmet.
No, I can't take this off. It's a birth defect. It's part of my body.
Are you drunk?
I don't know, huh? Let's think about that. Does crack get you drunk? Let's think about that for a second. Let's all think. Does crack get you drunk?
After 15 DUIs and 3 counts of kidnapping exotic animals, Little Viking Boy was sentenced to life in prison. Authorities claim that it's here he became head of an extremist religious cult. His followers helped him escape in 2023, and his current whereabouts are unknown. Although he does occasionally post to Instagram to frantically proclaim the end is near or post a brand deal.
Every morning I wake up and I drink 6 bangs.
High School Musical premiered to 7.7 million viewers, a record that has only been broken a handful of times in the nearly 20 years since. But one of my favorite things to come out of the success of this movie, which I totally forgot about until I was making this video, was the live concert. I forgot about this until I went to the library to check out the DVDs for the 3 movies, and they happened to have a DVD of the recording of High School Musical in concert. This feels pretty unusual even to this day for a Disney Channel movie to put together a live touring concert featuring the actual cast of the movie, selling out arenas with audiences in the tens of thousands around the world. But it wasn't the whole cast, actually. Zac Efron couldn't be there because he had a commitment. He was filming Hairspray at the time. So who did they get to fill in for him?
Living in my own world, didn't understand.
It's Drew Seeley! Drew Seeley! I'm sure they advertised the fact that Zach wasn't going to be there and Drew would be in his place, but I have to imagine every concert, there were like 1 or 2 kids that were like, what the fuck? Zach looks different in person. With all the success of the first movie, they had to crank out a sequel fast, which they did, releasing High School Musical 2 in August of 2007. And you might think it would be impossible for them to catch lightning in a bottle twice, but oh baby did they. What time is it? Sequel time. First things I noticed is that despite only a few months having passed from the events of the first movie, Troy looks drastically different. His hair is much darker, he has a different haircut so you can see his ears now, but most strikingly of all, his eyes have somehow become more blue.
You're actually listening?
His eyes were already pretty blue in the first movie, but they're piercing in this film. It is scary. Get some contacts, you freaks. The class immediately erupts in celebration. They throw their papers in the air, start dancing around, and did Chad just kiss his teacher on the neck? Yeah, he just kissed Miss Darbus on the neck. That's too far. Luckily, it doesn't look like she cared. She's just vibing.
Good to be chilling out.
We finally get to hear Zac Efron actually sing in this song, and I hate to admit it, but he sounds pretty good. I'm sorry, Drew. Your services are no longer needed. Why does he do that? Now, the trouble in this movie begins because Troy wants to make some extra cash this summer. His parents are making him pay for college, despite them clearly being very wealthy, taking vacations at ski resorts and living in a literal mansion. You can't see it, but he's actually not talking about that girl in his grade. Miss Darbus is just standing right outside of front. Why does he look so confused there? It's like it never occurred to him that T could be for Troy. He's like, oh, I actually thought it was a cross, but yeah, T for Troy. That's my name. Now that the school year's over and basketball season isn't starting back up again for months, it's time for, you guessed it, basketball practice. Fake right, Troy, fake left. Take the ball uptown for a fancy dance. This post-workout scene has a lot of gems, like Mr. Bolton's insanely long shorts. Dude is criminally insecure about his knees. Also, Troy about to drink from an entire gallon of milk from the fridge. And then he gets a phone call revealing that his ringtone is Get Your Head in the Game. Uh-oh. Is that a real song in this universe? So in the first movie, it seemed like Sharpay might have had a little crush on Troy, but in this movie, she's got a big crush on Troy. She's like, he's the most popular guy in school, and I think I'm the most popular girl in school. It's a match made in heaven. So she pulls some strings at her family's country club to get Troy a summer job there. The only catch is Troy requests to get like the entire school hired, and somehow that works. So Troy shows up. Dirty girl who loves to hip hop dance got a job there. You got Vanessa Hudgens' stunt double working there.
Mrs. Montez, it would seem your lunch break does not start for 3.5 minutes.
In order to keep the conflict of this movie moving along, they have to make it seem like because they are just kids. So some of the insane demands that their job is asking of them is just like, hey, can you show up to work on time and make sure you clock out at the end of your shift? And the entire student body of East High is like, we're in prison! They're not gonna pay us until we provide a service? What kind of dystopian universe is this? Mr. Fulton is 100% correct to be strict, by the way. Several times throughout this movie, he catches them doing things they're very clearly not supposed to be doing. If I was a basketball recruiter and I saw that championship game, I would be more concerned about the lights going out and then everybody leaving at the same time to watch them and come back and win the game like nothing happened. And then also how they all sang a song after that. That's what I would be concerned about. But yeah, I'm sure he played well too.
You know, between the two of us here, we pull a little weight over at the school.
Time flies when you're having fun.
I'm not really sure what prompts that reaction. They're like, you know, we could do a lot of great things for your future. We really want to help you, Troy. And he's like, I don't know. I'm getting the fuck out of here, guys. See ya. If that were Mr. Bolton there instead of Troy right now, he'd be barking like a dog.
Pay's dad let me play a few holes and then invited me to dinner with some U of A alumni.
Really?
Oh, wait, Troy's dad is fixing up a car. Look, he has other hobbies. Good for him. Granted, he is propping up the hood of the car with a basketball, and there's more basketball and hoops in the background. And I do kind of feel like if we could see what he's working on, there would just be 5 basketballs where the engine is supposed to be, but it's a step in the right direction. Troy's dad, surprisingly, is all for Troy going for the basketball scholarship.
Nothing wrong with keeping your eye on the prize.
And that's great. I totally agree with that. Troy should capitalize on these opportunities he's been given, but he should try to make his girlfriend and his friends a priority too. However, that is not what Troy does. This song is great, but tell me why at the end of the song, Ryan and Chad are wearing each other's clothes. Because they don't ever address that. It's such a confusing part of the movie. Why did they change clothes? When did they get naked? So I was confused about this, so I actually went looking and I found an article where the 2 actors explained what happened. The outfit swap was actually suggested by director Kenny Ortega. Quote, he had the on-the-fly idea at the last minute, Blue said. We had already done 1 take of that scene and he did the usual thinking gesture and said, switch outfits. Bro was cooking. Bro was, I don't know what he was cooking, but bro was cooking something.
Well, you missed out on a fun night.
Hell yeah, dude. You know, powerful lyrics aside, I actually have no clue what he's decided on at the end of this song. He's kind of just like, you can bet on me. I'm gonna end up on top. I got this. And it's like, what are you actually gonna do though? Are you gonna get Gabriella back? Are you gonna do the talent show? He's like, no, I was just gonna stand on top of this mountain for the rest of the summer, actually. No one can be mad at me up here. The end of this movie is messed up. Sharpay actually turns her act around. She previously got the Wildcats banned, and that's the end of the movie. And now I'm very excited to watch the 3rd movie. But before I do, there's something I need to address. I feel like there's something deeply wrong in these movies. And I feel like I'm finally starting to get a handle on it. These movies, like, they don't really feel like musicals. And it took me a while to figure out why. So to explain it to you, we're gonna have to go back to medieval Europe.
In a French town in 1518, some 400 people became inexplicably overcome by an urge to dance. They did so for weeks on end.
This dancing plague, as it was later coined, lasted for months and only ended when participants were either so exhausted that they collapsed or so exhausted that they were dead. Authorities tried to stop the dancing, even hiring musicians to play vigorously to try to help them get all the dancing out of their system. This, of course, made things much worse.
This event has baffled scientists and historians for years, but many believe it could be the result of a particular type of food poisoning.
Yeah, crops like rye can end up growing a type of fungus that basically makes you crazy.
Could it be that this is what's happening at East High?
In the High School Musical universe, the characters, they sing and they dance, and at first you might think this is just like any other musical, artistic depiction of how they're feeling.
But a closer look reveals something shocking.
Well, firstly, sometimes they definitely are actually singing, like at the karaoke party. Now, you might think that a moment like Get Your Head in the Game is totally different. You know, that song doesn't really exist within this universe. But what is Troy's ringtone in the second movie?
But how could an entire school become poisoned by a rare fungus? This man, who convinced us he had relevant qualifications, believes it could have been a certain freaky genius girl.
It could be that by growing a fungus in a lab, Gabriella was able to manufacture a sort of singing and dancing craze to control Troy, who I'm pretty sure would have never done all of that stuff had he not been under some kind of drug-induced hysteria. After all, Troy is so cool and singing is for weirdos. So it could be the fungus, or maybe Gabriella's some kind of fucking witch. The High School Musical bonus soundtrack. You love High School Musical hits like Get Your Head in the Game. Well, now's your chance to own the extended soundtrack, featuring songs that didn't quite make the final cut, like Coach Bolton's Crisis. What's up, guys? I'm 16. I'm the new player on the basketball team. I'm really excited to play. Yeah, Mr. Bolton, we know it's you. And Gabriella's on the news. A little boy drowned in the pool. Oh no. A little boy drowned in the pool. No. Where was the lifeguard? Having a picnic. And a preview of the finale song from High School Musical 3. We're all friends together with each other. We're all together at the end again, and we're friends. We're still friends and classmates. We go to school together. We learned a lesson, and now we're gonna switch clothes.
It's a gift from the guy.
High School Musical 2 broke the premiere record that the first High School Musical had just set. Instead of 7 million viewers, this one had 17 million viewers. So of course, they had to make a third one. High School Musical 3, Senior Year. The only one in the franchise with a subtitle. Now, outside of the fact that they're all seniors in this movie, which I can tell by the title of the film, I actually know next to nothing about this one. I've never seen it. Yeah, I know I made it sound like I was a really big High School Musical fan, but by the time the third one came out, I was 14. And unlike the first two, this one came out in theaters. And as a freshman in high school, I was much too embarrassed to ask my friends if they would go see a High School Musical movie in theaters with me. So I decided it would be way less embarrassing if I waited until I was 30 years old to watch it for the first time in front of millions of people. And we're back at East High, baby. Zach's playing basketball. There's a dog in the crowd. Is this an Air Bud crossover? Zach's like, oh, my head's just not in the game tonight. Can we get in the sub? This gold lab comes in and just slam dunks it a couple times. In value than the other two. I'm curious to see the budget on this bad boy. Because this movie looks like they actually, like, lit it. The other two just kind of look like they set up cameras and started filming. But there's lights in this one. So now they're having like the biggest high school rager ever, and they expect us to believe that they're not in. I sense a conflict in the movie. Troy's going to University of Albuquerque to play basketball, and Gabriella is going to learn how to create the singularity at Stanford. So they sing a song about cherishing the present moment. Did they like challenge themselves to make a song with no dancing in this one? They're like, what if we just sat for a whole song? Oop, now he's up. Oh, that was it. That was the whole dance. Nah, it doesn't work with this song. Is University of Albuquerque like a really good school for basketball? I feel like I've never heard of them before. All the basketball players are like, we gotta get to U of A, man. It seems like that's just like the closest college that has a basketball team. Meanwhile, Gabriella's going to Stanford, Sharpay's going to Juilliard, and they're like, I don't know, we can go play basketball down the street. For the record, the reason I've never heard of the University of Albuquerque is because it's a Catholic liberal arts school that actually, closed in 1986. So just spending like an unnecessary amount of time being like, these two are in love, okay? Don't forget that they're in love. That way, when whatever happens, we're gonna all be sad, all right? So that way, when Troy picks U of A and Gabriella gets hit by a bus, it's gonna be sad. I think they're gonna end up going to the same college. They couldn't possibly end this entire series by being like, they didn't actually like each other that much. They're just gonna call it quits. Yo, this movie's kind of funny, man. Makes me look weird.
Do I want classic or vintage or plaid?
I like that they're like, should I wear plaid or ruffles or a really old suit? And it's like, no, you should wear, just go to Men's Warehouse and ask for a prom tuxedo. Should I wear the ugliest thing that you've ever seen? No, just tell them you're going to prom and they'll just give you the most generic tux you've ever seen. We're thinking about going to prom. We're Troy and Gabriella. We like each other. Also, the stakes feel very low right now. What am I supposed to be worried about right now? Troy is like, I don't know what college I want to go to. And Gabriella's like, I also have choices to make.
I still have decisions to make too.
And she has not elaborated. And so I don't know what I'm supposed to be worried about. Now they're at some kind of junkyard. Just hanging out at a junkyard as if we've always known that this is what they did. Finally, the boys are back at the junkyard. So that we had a song establishing that Troy and Gabriella are in love. Now we have a song establishing that Troy and Chad are friends. This kind of reminds me of senior year in high school when I danced around in the junk. It's weirdly similar, actually. Whoa! The junk men who live in the junkyard are here. What's going on? What if Troy and Chad turn around and see them and they're like, whoa, what the fuck? Who are you?
Maybe I'll just stay here next
Why do I always have to make sense? Why can't sometimes I just say,
What are you gonna tell me about this Juilliard?
The only dad to ever be pissed off that his son is getting considered for a scholarship at one of the most prestigious colleges in the country. And that's it. That's High School Musical, baby. As far as endings go, I think they did a decent job with a nearly impossible task. It's a Disney Channel movie, so it's not like they can just like make everybody break up and go their separate ways at the end of the movie. That would be too sad, obviously. But they also can't make everybody just go to the same college and do the same thing, because that would be unrealistic. So it leaves the door open. My only issue is that in doing that, they kind of don't really provide any closure. Feels like they kind of just pushed Troy's decision of what he wants to do with his life further down the road. But if you are looking for some closure for Troy, I might have something that helps. I mentioned earlier that the character of Troy was inspired by one of the writer's real high school teammates. But when I read that for the first time on Wikipedia, I was surprised to find that that teammate has his own Wikipedia article. And that's because that classmate, Lynn Swan, went on to be a professional football player, playing for the Pittsburgh Steelers and winning the Super Bowl 4 times. This man is the real-life Troy Bolton, and that might be the least interesting thing about him. In fact, he might not even know.
It really helped you in your game. All the things that ballet taught you, you applied that to the football field.
Touchdown, Pittsburgh!
Did you catch any flack from your teammates about taking ballet? I mean...
Oh, always.
It's a gift from the guys.
But I'll always remember a Hall of Famer who rose to the occasion each time. A plie-making playmaker. But you're a playmaker.
Did you ever think maybe I could be both?
Who could defy gravity.
What's up, Greg? New technology truly fascinates me. A new gadget being introduced to the world has the potential to change the way we live, learn, and communicate. Or, more interestingly, it could flop and become a laughingstock of the internet. Which is why a few weeks ago, I was thrilled to discover the unveiling for a project called the Humane AI Pin. This might be the worst product presentation I've ever seen for one of the strangest products I've ever seen. Apparently, Humane AI is a new tech startup founded by 2 former Apple employees and current lovers, Imran Chowdhury and Bethany Bongiorno. Their mission is building innovative technology that feels familiar, natural, and human. Okay, first thing that's sticking out to me is was that none of those words were useful. Also, do I really want my technology to feel more human? I've never wished my MacBook to be more fleshy. Also, Humane AI is such an unsettling name for a company. I'm sorry. You lost me right off the bat. I feel like the only times I ever even hear the word humane is when we're talking about like factory farming or something. Don't worry, dude. When this AI takes over, it is going to be super humane in the way it slaughters us. It will not violate the Geneva Convention, unlike other AIs, Siri. All right, let's go ahead and watch the product presentation and let's see if you think it's as weird as I do.
Welcome to Humane.
Thank you.
This is the Humane AI Pen.
Cool.
It's a standalone device and software platform.
So the intro does have a very threatening aura about it, doesn't it? The sterile white room. They're both so serious and they're unboxing a mysterious device. I feel like I'm about to be tortured for information. Oh. What is that? This is the Humane AI Pen, and it is the last thing you will ever see. Ah!
It's a standalone device and software platform built from the ground up for AI.
Okay, so it's some kind of mobile device. It's built from the ground up for AI, and I'm very excited for them to tell us what that means.
It comes in 3 colorways.
Okay.
Got Eclipse, Lunar, and Equinox.
Those are not colors.
There's 2 pieces, a computer and a battery booster. Now, the battery booster powers a smaller battery inside the main computer.
Okay, great. What does it do?
And this is how we achieve our all-day battery life.
Oh, great. It's got all-day battery life. That way you can spend all day.
There are no wake words, so it's not always listening or always recording. In fact, it doesn't do anything until you engage with it.
Okay, thank God. So it doesn't record me. That's good to know. For a second, I was worried that it almost had one feature. Who is this for? What kind of person needs to hear about what colors a device comes in before they'd even consider hearing about what it actually does? Also, 2 of the colors are black. You designed 3 colors and 2 of them are black. You couldn't come up with a 3rd color? Also, I'm sorry because I know that not everyone is super comfortable in front of a camera. It's not a skill set everyone has. But maybe you guys should have like hired a spokesperson or something instead of letting the world's 2 sleepiest CEOs do this product demo.
Now, the battery booster powers a smaller battery inside the main computer.
Are they okay? This thing has all-day battery life. That's because it actually feeds on your life force. I've had mine on for 3 months, and you probably can't even tell the physical toll it's had on me.
And your engagement comes through your touch, voice, gesture, or the laser ink display.
Whoa, wait, okay. Holy cow. We have a feature. It actually does something. I will admit I was not expecting that. Why didn't you lead with that? I mean, I don't know what that is or what it does, but at least it's something. It looks futuristic. I don't know about the name laser ink display though. That doesn't sound very futuristic.
The laser ink display.
Sounds like a printer.
It also comes with its own connectivity built right in. Our own Humane network, connected by T-Mobile.
Our very own network. That is T-Mobile's network.
We were able to pack a lot of technology into something really small.
Tell me about it, dude. I can barely even count all the technologies you put in this thing. You got the laser ink display, all-day battery, black. Is that a technology? They continue for a while just using buzzwords and vague expressions to explain what this thing does until like 3 minutes into the video when they finally give us a demonstration of something tangible this thing can do.
Play the song How Music Makes You Feel Better.
Doesn't look like it's making him feel better.
We've partnered with Tidal, which you get out of the box.
Okay, finally, we know one thing it can do. It can play music. And not just how you would normally listen to music either. You can give it little riddles to try to figure out what songs you want it to play.
Play music written by Prince, but not performed by Prince.
Give me songs written by first-born left-handed British women who have never been to Ibiza that weren't released on weekends or holidays. Can Alexa do that? I don't know. I don't think anyone's ever tried before.
Got my music controls. If I go to the left, I can go back. If I was to go down, I can pause.
Wow, okay, that actually does look a lot more convenient than using Tidal on my phone, but only because I don't have Tidal on my phone. After this, we do start to get some truly incredible demos using this product's advanced AI.
When is the next eclipse? Where is the best place to see it?
The next total solar eclipse will occur on April 8th, 2024. Best places to see it are Exmouth, Australia, and East Timor.
Huh, that's weird. This NASA article says that eclipse that's happening on April 8th is actually not going to be visible in Australia. It's only going to be visible from like the US. It actually seems like it's going to be nighttime in Australia during the eclipse. Well, what are you going to do? I mean, they're a technology company. They're not a space company. What would you expect them to know about the moon? They only named all of their colors after it. I hate to interrupt this video, but I have to tell you guys about a revolutionary discovery of my own. I just found out that for the past 2 years, I've been paying for Apple Music despite not having any recollection of ever signing up. I don't use Apple Music, but nevertheless, I've paid them like $200 without ever even having used their service. I think this is a pretty relatable issue in this age of subscription services. And something like this could be happening to you too, but luckily, today's sponsor, Rocket Money, is here to help. Rocket Money is the personal finance app that helps you cancel subscriptions, lower bills, and manage your money better. Rocket Money is super helpful with things like my recurring Apple Music charge, because not only does it help you identify recurring charges, it also helps you cancel them. You can actually cancel subscriptions right within Rocket Money's app with just a couple of taps. You don't got to worry about navigating the service's own website. You don't got to worry about pesky customer service calls. Here's why I think this is going to work for you, because Rocket Money has saved its customers an average of $720 a year, with over $500 million in canceled subscriptions. So to save more and spend less, join the over 5 million members using Rocket Money today. Go to rocketmoney.com/Danny or click the link in the description to get started today for free. And you can also unlock even more features with premium. That's rocketmoney.com/Danny to get started for free. Thank you to Rocket Money for sponsoring this video. And now back to said video.
How much protein?
These almonds have 15 grams of protein.
Great.
Those almonds for sure do not have 15 grams of protein. An entire cup of almonds has 20 grams of protein. This dude was holding like 9 almonds. Did I think he was asking about his whole hand? Because that actually might be accurate.
I'm gonna eat it.
Enjoy it.
Guys, I hate to say it, but I don't think your thing works. You only asked it to do a couple things and it got 2 of them wrong. He does do a demo where he sends a text later in the video and that seems to work.
Tell Andrew I'll be there later tonight.
But to be fair, we never see the person receive the text. I got a weird text from Imran that just says, learned how to go potty big boy style. Interestingly, after people started to realize that all of the information in this demo was wrong, they actually re-uploaded the video pretending that the pin gave the correct answer the entire time.
How much protein?
A half a cup of almonds has 15 grams of protein.
Don't believe it. That's humane propaganda.
The AI pin allows you to shop in the real world. How much is this online?
This is $28 online.
Great. Buy it.
That one is super confusing. It doesn't give you any information on where it's getting that price, where you're buying it from, when it will arrive. I feel like you need to give it at least some specifics, otherwise it's definitely gonna mess up your order. Go ahead and buy this book.
Sending to Sudan.
No, send it here.
You didn't specify. Sending to Sudan.
Shit. Now, if you're wondering how you can get one of these things, the prices range from $700 to $800 for the more expensive colors. And they're estimated to ship in March of 2024. Now, you might be thinking the price of $700 is a little bit high for this thing, but think about it this way. What other product on the market can so accurately tell you how many grams of protein aren't in 9 almonds? Okay, they've also got this little short film about the human experience using their AI pin.
Isn't life about what we experience? What we smell?
Can I eat this?
Yes, dragon fruits are low in sugar.
What is this thing, my mom? Can I drink this?
Not before you finish your vegetables. And say please next time. What did you just call me? I am your pin, young man.
Dude, I want to buy this thing just for that feature. I want to hold every object, creature, and human in front of this thing and ask if I can eat it. Do you need something from me? Can I eat that? Analyzing. Oh, no, you can't eat me. I'm a person, so. High fat content detected. Rude. 1 gram of protein detected. That can't be right. Tiny balls detected. All right, what the hell? Enjoy it. Yes, yummy. Wait, stop. No, you cannot eat me. I'm a human. All right, man, who do you think I'm gonna trust? You or my $700 pin? Last time I checked, this pin doesn't have tiny balls. This thing tells me what to eat, when to eat. It even suggested this very fashionable outfit I'm wearing today. Is that why you're not wearing pants? They're in Sudan.
What we hear?
Hey, what should I get here?
What is this interaction? Who are those people? Does he know them? Man, if he's in a different country where he doesn't speak the language, I would not trust that pin. Based on everything we've seen so far, who knows what it's saying to these people?
What we see.
Capture this.
Dude, parents are gonna love that feature. Me walking around a park with my AI pin. Capture this, baby. Capture. Kidnap this child. So after watching all of this, I have two thoughts. The first being, maybe someday this will be like a revolutionary product that changes the way we all interact with each other. Maybe we're just seeing some hiccups now, but a few product generations down the line, this thing is really gonna take off. It'll be more refined. It will know where the moon is. But the second thing is, I have a lot of questions about this product. For one, how is this better than the phones we have now? More specifically, why can't all of the features of this thing just be built into one app in a phone? And what if you don't want to be talking to your chest every time you need to Google something or text someone? Well, this thing started to pick up some traction online, and eventually the founders ended up on CNBC, where the hosts seemed to have a lot of the same questions.
Doing this right now is Imran Chaudhry. He's chairman and president of the company. And Bethany Bongiorno, she's the CEO.
We're also very scared of them. That's why we've sat them as far away from us as we physically can. We actually ordered this giant table when we found out they were coming.
I don't know if can we get the camera so people can see just what we're talking about in case?
Imran, you can't see as much because it's black, so it blends in with your jacket. It's black.
Imran's just sitting there like...
It's Eclipse. It's privacy first, so it's not always recording. It's actually just doing things when you want it on demand.
Is it doing something right now, or are you recording us?
It's not. It's doing nothing right now.
I get a little sense of pride when he says that. It's actually doing nothing right now.
It's doing nothing right now.
After years of research and millions of dollars spent, we finally designed a pin that does nothing.
It's doing nothing right now.
You might think that's a bad thing, but you've never met this AI. It's evil.
Turn around, maybe you can get that on camera.
Oh, yeah. I see your hand. Yes. Keep doing it. I see your hand.
Can you see
what's
that?
Yeah, what's that telling you?
Oh God, dude, I do feel for him. I mean, these people are not like media trained, I feel like. They really should have hired a professional spokesperson, because I feel like they're just so out of their depth. He's got like the worst camera angle possible to show this thing off. His hand is shaking. Imagine a little alert pops up on the screen that's like, high heart rate detected. Is Squawk Box the name of this show? I'm not familiar with it. I never heard of this before. Or is this some kind of jab at their device? Formal Apple designers peddle their snake oil Squawk Box.
You can use it however you want.
Like what? What? Tell me something you would use that for.
Okay, it sounds like this host is thinking the exact same thing as me. What is it? Tell me one thing. Then they just start like drilling them. They don't even let either of them finish answering their questions. They just like are bombarding them with reasonable questions about this device.
That you've got in, stuff that you do just all the time.
How would I know without seeing a screen?
A user LED called.
So that's what I want to ask you about.
This is brutal, man. Let the poor guy speak. Just at least let him finish answering your questions, man. I mean, he's not actually gonna answer them. He's probably just gonna say AI over and over, but just let him finish his sentence.
Sometimes I'll be at a meeting, right? And I'm sneaking under the desk to look at my email because and I can't say, hey Siri, tell me my email.
I mean, that's actually a really good point. The only way to interact with this device is to talk to it or to use this weird clunky laser jet display, which I don't even think you can type on. So if you want to text someone, you have to say it out loud, which just does not seem practical at all. So is this device gonna revolutionize technology as we know it? There's probably only one way to find out, and that's that I'm gonna have to buy it and review it when it comes out. So let me know if you guys want me to do that, and maybe I will. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're new here and you're not subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe and turn on my notifications to join Greg. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. After MGK released his song Emo Girl and then followed it up by appearing in a bunch of insane interviews with Megan Fox talking about their love life, I think we're pretty good on MGK for a while. We don't need any more music. We don't need any more public appearances. We're good. We don't need to know any more about MGK's personal life. And folks, I think MGK finally took notice and he listened. He said, all right, look guys, I get it. No more music, no more interviews. I'm gonna take some time and I'm going to release a stoner comedy movie instead. So he hunkered down and he wrote and directed this movie Good Morning, which currently has a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. We got a good thing going here. 2 movies in a row with 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. What's the opposite of a Renaissance man? You know how people, when people can like act and sing and direct, like Donald Glover, people call him a Renaissance man. MGK is like a Dark Ages man. MGK is a medieval man. Also, sorry if I sound sick. Sorry. The moment this movie starts, MGK, aka his character London Clash, gets kind of a weird good morning text from his girlfriend Apple.
He's texting me. Oh, it's Apple.
The texts say, I wish I didn't have to do this through text, and then good morning, but she spells morning with a U. Now you might think that this would make London a little bit confused, but then realize, oh, it's just a typo. And you'd be right. He does have both of those thoughts. The problem with this movie is that the entire movie takes place between those two things happening. This entire movie is about MGK being confused about what those texts meant. Before he gets too concerned, he has to Google what morning with a U means. He's like, my fans are probably young enough that both of their grandparents are still alive. I should probably explain what morning is.
Well, today should be interesting.
Yeah, they let you know right away that this movie was written by a millennial. Well, today's gonna be kind of weird. MGK wrote the entire movie like this. So this just happened. Yeah, so the conflict at the beginning of this movie is that London thinks that Apple is breaking up with him. That text was a breakup text. Sorry to have to do this through text. Good morning, as in like happy morning our relationship. What kind of person is Apple that he assumes the text good morning means have a good time with your depression now? Look, this relationship isn't working. We're just growing apart. I just feel like you need to have a happy morning now. A happy grieving to you, good sir. When they introduce this character, she better be like wearing a top hat and carrying around a cane. It's gonna make a lot more sense when that happens.
Good morning, good morning.
Today might suck, guys. I'm adulting today. All right, guys, it's time to attend the MGK School of Acting. You're about to step into an ice-cold shower. How do you react when the water hits your body? Shiver! Grab your arms to make yourself warm. Okay, those are good answers. Let's ask Professor Gun Kelly. Ooh, sorry, you guys all get Fs. Your punishment? You have to look at MGK's ass. That is just horrendous. I never wanted to see that.
You know why it sucks when you're going through it with your partner?
You're not going through it with your partner. She sent you one understandable typo, dude. Everything's fine. You're fine.
Yo, does this look like a breakup text to you, or am I tripping?
Yes. Yeah, dude, take it from the weirdest looking man you've ever seen who falls asleep in his cereal mid-conversation. That's a breakup text. I don't mean to shame this man's appearance. I think Cody Ko looks great here. This is Cody Ko if TMG made hyperpop music. This man has never sent a normal text in his life. I'm surprised he wasn't like, no, that's about as incoherent and cryptic as I usually am in my text. You're probably fine. His friend is clearly sick. At the beginning of the scene, he throws up on the microwave, and at the end of the scene, he drowns in his cereal bowl, and MGK leaves him to die. MGK, your friend is sick. Help him. And so am I. Goddamn. Also, just like a fun little continuity note, at the beginning of this scene, there wasn't a water bottle on the table, and then at the end of the scene, there is. So, that's probably why this movie has a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. Ass continuity. I'm a stickler for details.
Meet Kennedy.
Uh-oh, guys. Megan Fox is here, and she's not like other girls. Megan Fox plays a girl named Kennedy, who's actually not the main love interest in this movie. Her character is actually lesbian, and at the beginning of this movie, MGK explains how, like, she hates boys, but she lives with all these boys, and so she's moving out, which MGK explains right after he forgets his line.
It's in rice.
Come on, you got it, dude. You wrote the movie, you should know it.
Please don't move out.
Yes, he did it. He remembered. It's a pretty long line. I'll cut him some slack. Throughout the beginning of the movie, they're constantly introducing new characters, and every character in this movie has some kind of weird quirk. This friend like did too many drugs at a music festival, and now he's kind of loopy. This guy is always throwing water balloons at people. This guy like smokes a lot of weed. It seems like MGK wrote this movie with just a bunch of crazy weird characters, because the only like joke that he can think of to put in this movie is another character saying something weird or dumb, and him just kind of looking at them being like, that was kind of weird or dumb.
Mercury is in Everglades.
It's retrograde, Leo.
Every time he introduces a new character, there's narration that explains what the weird quirk about these characters are.
This is Angel. Meet Maxine Goldberg.
But they kind of don't like explain really what I want to know about these characters.
This is Dylan. I met him when he was working at In-N-Out, and he used to hook me up with free burgers and shakes. He's been my boy ever since.
We don't care that he used to work at In-N-Out. That is so irrelevant. Please tell us why he's so sick. Why is he throwing up and passing out? That's more interesting. The reason that London Clash is so rich and cool that he lives in Rice Gum's house is that he is an actor. So throughout the movie, he's doing actor type things. Like he films this self-audition tape. I don't really know what he's auditioning for. It kind of seems like he's auditioning for everything and also nothing all at once.
Okay, this is my impersonation of Draco Malfoy looking for drugs.
Where's the pot, Potter? I don't like Draco very much.
Honestly, this scene is pretty sad. I felt bad watching it. They don't explain what he's supposed to be auditioning for in this self-tape, but whatever it is, Jake Novak has a better chance of getting the role.
I want to be the next SNL cast member.
Now here's where the movie prevents the second conflict. That's right, this movie has two conflicts. The first is he gets that text with the typo, but the second is that today he has the biggest audition of his career. And no, it wasn't that self-tape audition. I guess they just kind of threw that in for goofs. He's auditioning to be the next Batman.
I'm still waiting to hear from my agent about this Batman role.
So, throughout the movie, London is faced with two equally important problems. The first, he has to prepare for the most life-changing, career-making audition of his life. And the second is that he's having a little bit of trouble getting a hold of his girlfriend. The stakes can't get much higher than this, folks. But Danny, can't he just prepare for the audition and then try to get a hold of his girlfriend later that day or tomorrow at the latest? No! They could be dead tomorrow, especially that one guy. He could die any second. They have to do both of them today. This movie kind of feels like a Lele Pons YouTube skit from like 2017, but instead of like 10 minutes long, it's an hour and a half long. From the sound effects to the uncomfortable silence between every spoken line in this movie.
Why would you give me goat milk?
I watched an interview. You said you like goat milk.
I can't tell if they're using the awkward silence for like comedic effect to like really hammer home that like, these guys are kind of weird. Or if the silence is more just because nobody knows their lines very well. There's another option that they added in all these pauses in the movie because we're supposed to be laughing at the things that they're saying in the movie. So they added in nice little pauses for us to laugh.
She left with the dude?
A buff dude. And they had bags. And yes, they left together.
In fact, it kind of feels like, have you ever seen people who have edited The Big Bang Theory so that it doesn't have the laugh track to show how like bad all of the jokes are?
Who are you?
Oh, I'm Denise, the new assistant manager.
That's kind of what this movie feels like.
Why are your eyes all watery?
Because I'm high.
That's way better. Bazunga. It's so fitting that this movie feels like a bad YouTube video from 5 years ago because I'm pretty sure they filmed this at Rice Gum's old house. Did something happen in that house? Is there like a curse? 100 years ago, one of Hollywood's earliest YouTubers died in that house and now all the content that's created there is cursed to be mad disappointing. Okay, so now they got to investigate what's happened to Apple. London's phone is broken, so he can't contact her, so the only thing he can do is go looking for her. So he goes to the last place she was seen and talks to Pete Davidson.
Did you see Apple? Yeah, she was just here like 2 minutes ago. Did she say where she was going?
You know what? She did.
She actually... No, are you fucking crazy? You guys never talk to me. I mean, the only reason you know my name is because it's on my name tag. Right there. B-E-R-R-Y. Barry.
Pete Davidson feels like he's not really invested in this movie at all. He breaks the fourth wall a little bit too much in this movie. He reads his name tag like he's making fun of the fact that it doesn't say Pete Davidson. He's like, Barry? That's not my real name. My real name's Pete. It's funny because I'm very clearly Pete Davidson and not some guy named Barry who works at a valet stand. There's also a scene later on in the movie where he looks directly into the lens of the camera. I think they could have cut that out. Well, talking to Pete Davidson, Barry. It's just so funny that he's pretending to be Barry. Talking to Barry didn't get him any leads, so I guess that means now it's time to go to his audition. Sorry, he breaks into Apple's house to find clues?
Find clues, please.
Find clues of what? What might she have left lying around that would indicate whether she made a typo this morning or not? They find a bag of her fingers? She was missing her fingers this morning. That's why she fucked up the tags. Oh. We should probably call the police, right?
I'm not breaking into my girlfriend's house. Can't believe I'm breaking into my girlfriend's house.
Me neither, dude. Your life is pretty crazy. London Clash is so dumb. He makes the worst decisions at every move in this movie, okay? While they're in Apple's house, one of London's friends knocks over every single urn on the mantle and ashes go everywhere. And so they're like, oh shit, we have to put back the urns and then refill the ashes. But they're like, the only problem is, where are we supposed to find ashes? Where are we gonna find enough ashes to fill up these urns? But like, they didn't lose the ashes. They all just fell on the floor. They could just sweep them
them up and put them back in urns. It's like MGK was like constantly forgetting what previously happened in movies, and so the plot is being driven forward by things that just aren't problems. So anyway, as I said, this is a stoner comedy. You can probably guess the solution they think of to produce a bunch of ashes to fill back up the urns. Yep. They're gonna smoke a bunch of weed. Bunch of weed. This movie's crazy. They're gonna smoke a bunch of weed. Well, at least this dumbass plan that doesn't make any sense is gonna result in like some crazy shit happening, right? Something funny's bound to happen now, right? Wrong. They just spend like 10 minutes having a boring ass smoke session on the couch, and then one of them tries to talk to a lobster. They really sat around writing this movie and were like, what's the craziest thing that could happen while we're high? And then settled on talking to a lobster. You know, since weed is legalized in a lot of places like California, where they filmed this, I feel like stoner comedies aren't nearly as like interesting or edgy as they used to be. You know, smoking used to be kind of like a fringe culture. It doesn't really feel like this is like, it's like that crazy or funny anymore. This is a scene of 4 adults sitting around a living room and obeying the law.
Why did you spell it like that?
It's a typo.
Oh my god, it was a typo all along? Who would have guessed that? So I guess now the movie can end now, right? The movie can't end now, right? The movie can end now, right? There's 30 minutes left in this movie? What the fuck is gonna happen? What are they gonna do for 30 more minutes? Sit at a diner, apparently. So you're probably wondering how they wrap this whole thing up, huh? MGK missed his audition, he's not getting the role. His girlfriend is pissed off at him. How are they gonna wrap this movie up? Some sort of grand gesture that wins over both the director and the girlfriend? No, obviously not. That would make too much sense. London Clash gets the role because the director happened to see an Instagram live stream where London Clash gets punched in the face by Dennis Rodman, and the director just assumes that London Clash did that because he wanted to like impress him or something. It's a whole other plot line that I didn't really go into in this video, but it doesn't make any sense in the movie either. So he's got the role, now the only thing left is to get the girl, which he does by sending her a text at the diner being like, can we talk? And she's like, sure. And so they're driving to meet each other. He's texting her the whole way. He's texting and driving, and they get into a car crash, and then they are both paralyzed. That face says it all. That just happened. That's the resolution. He almost murders her. Irresponsible. He was texting and driving and he almost murders his girlfriend, and that's how it ends. After the credits roll, there's like a fun little blooper reel where we get to see the actors like messing around and not knowing their lines very well, which would have been a lot more fun if I hadn't felt like I had just watched an hour and a half of exactly that. Well, folks, what do you think? From rapper to pop punk icon to writer, director, and actor extraordinaire, which do you think MGK did best? Leave it in the comments down below. What do you think he'll get up to next? It's anyone's guess at this point. Professional fencer? Or maybe like a chef? He'll start just making food. That might be kind of sick. And you know what? All he would need to get started is HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit and the sponsor of this video. Guys, I love HelloFresh. They send you fresh, quality produce from the farm to your door in less than a week, so you can savor delicious summer flavors right from home. I love getting a HelloFresh box because you know what it means? It means I don't have to worry about what I'm gonna eat for dinner every night. I'm not gonna find myself driving to some fast food chain to get a quick meal, because I know I've got a quality meal that I can whip up in like 35 minutes right at home. And I know it's gonna be tasty, I know it's gonna be healthy. If you're trying to stick to a particular health goal, HelloFresh has you covered because they have veggie options, fit and wholesome options, and pescatarian options. So HelloFresh fits a variety of lifestyles. Their plans are super flexible. You can pause 1 week if you want to, you can add more food 1 week if you want to, and even if you're on vacation, you can change the delivery address to deliver to your vacation destination. And then you can have home-cooked meals when you're at the family reunion. HelloFresh is the very first carbon-neutral meal kit company, and nearly all of their packaging is recyclable. They help cut down on food waste because they send you pre-portioned ingredients so you're only using what you need. So if you want to check out HelloFresh and have a flavorful summer, then head on over to HelloFresh.com. Use my code TrulyGreg16 for up to 16 free meals and 3 surprise gifts. That's HelloFresh.com. Thanks to HelloFresh for sponsoring this video. And thank you to you guys for checking out HelloFresh. Now I'm going to do the outro of this video. All right, you guys, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're new here and you're not subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe and turn on my notifications to join Greg. Greg is what I call my audience here on YouTube. We're the biggest and happiest family on YouTube. That is a scientific fact. Please do not look it up. Please do not fact check me because facts don't care about your feelings and I don't care about facts. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hello, Greg. Why are movie studios making bad movies on purpose? I swear to God they are. I'm sure most of us by now have seen clips from the new Pinocchio movie.
Father, when can I leave to be on my own?
And that had me pretty skeptical, honestly. You're trying to tell me they made it and they were like, the main selling point of this movie is that it will be good? No chance. And now I've recently seen people talking about this movie Marmaduke. It's about a cartoon dog voiced by Pete Davidson. It has 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. I've watched it and it is in fact the worst movie you'll see this year. And it just really seems like they're trying to make bad movies on purpose. This movie is just heinous. It feels like Netflix just like fed an AI a bunch of scripts of bad movies until it spat out Marmaduke. This movie is not good at all. I think it has 0 redeeming qualities actually. There's nothing good in this movie. I would even give it a negative score if I could. I like that I said that as if there's something stopping me. I'm my own entity. I'm not limited. I don't have a boss telling me I have to give it a positive score. I'm gonna give it a negative 6 out of 10. Begin with a narration from Pete Davidson himself, who could not sound less interested in explaining the exposition of this movie. Marmaduke was some fucking dog, dude. I don't care. I'm dating a Kardashian, man. You think I need this? I personally don't have a problem with Pete Davidson. He's a funny guy. He was not up to the task of being the main character in this movie. This is a cartoon dog. You need someone with like a crazy range. Pete Davidson's emotions range from high and pleased down to high and indifferent. That's about all the variety you're gonna get out of Pete Davidson. After watching the movie all the way through, I'm not even 100% sure that Pete Davidson even knows he's in this movie. I haven't seen Pete Davidson do any promotion for this movie. I don't think he's done interviews talking about, you know, getting into the role of Marmaduke. I would not be surprised if they just like took audio excerpts of Pete Davidson from like other TV shows and just like found a way to make a movie about a dog around them. Look at the characters in this first scene here and tell me, what is your reaction? Art is subjective. What you like depends entirely on your life experience, your personal taste, you know, where you were born and raised. For example, I was born in the 1990s on Earth, and I hate every single one of these characters. There are 3 body shapes in the universe of Marmaduke. There is eerily slender, bouncing egg. That's right, they don't walk, the round characters. They just kind of bounce from place to place. And then there's Mom. Mom has a serious case of the Pixar mom syndrome. I guess the creators of Marmaduke decided to take a page out of Pixar's book when designing the mom, and then they ignored all the other pages in the book about like how to make a movie. Anyway, through a little bit of narration, we find out that the reason Marmaduke is not allowed at this party is because he's basically a terror to the family. Marmaduke is a nightmare. He chases the cat, he tackles the local butcher for some bones, he beats the shit out of the dad. This dog is terrorizing his family. This is a bad boy. Guy, being like a world famous dog trainer, sees Marmaduke, this poorly behaved monster, and decides, hey, this would be kind of an interesting challenge for me to transform Marmaduke into like a good boy. At first I thought this guy was gonna be the villain of the movie because he's like rich and British, and I think that it's the law in cartoons that the bad guy has to be rich and British, but this guy is actually, he's not that bad. He's a little greedy, but he's not the bad guy. So Guy goes over to Marmaduke's house and talks to the owners and is like, hey, if you let me train your dog and enter him into like dog competitions, we could win $1 million and I'll share the $1 million with you, which is actually a very nice thing for a rich British man to do in a cartoon. The family says yes, so Marmaduke gets to train with this experienced, highly awarded, rich and famous dog trainer. And they start training right away. Or actually, sorry, Marmaduke doesn't want to train at all, so the trainer starts beating the shit out of Marmaduke.
It's enough for today.
That's enough for today? You didn't do anything. You just hurt a dog. You didn't teach him any tricks. He doesn't even know how to sit. All right, the first trick we're gonna learn today is how to dodge a punch. Okay, it looks like you didn't get it today, but we'll try again tomorrow, okay, buddy? Anyway, I guess after showing Marmaduke how violent he is and all of his like cool martial arts skills, Marmaduke is like, wait, actually maybe I do want to get trained by this guy. And they make it seem like it's because like Marmaduke is so impressed. I personally think it's because Marmaduke is so scared. He does agree to finally be trained, so cue Marmaduke getting trained montage. Or sorry, Marmaduke getting tortured montage. Yeah, that's right. Before Marmaduke agreed to get trained, Guy just beat the shit out of Marmaduke. But now that Marmaduke has agreed to be trained, he is still getting beat up, but just in new and fancy ways. This movie is essentially about a dog who loves to eat and suffers greatly for it. You know what is one thing that's unclear about this movie? Can Marmaduke talk? Earlier in the movie, Marmaduke was trying to talk to the people and all they could hear was barking sounds.
You're being too hard on poor
But then Marmaduke and Guy seem to have full conversations. So who is speaking the other one's language? Is Marmaduke speaking English? Or is the trainer barking at Marmaduke? Like if you were to walk by the park where Guy is training Marmaduke, is Guy just going like, "Arr, arr, arr"? This movie is completely uninterested in answering this question. F farts and he shits and he farts so hard that I thought he might be dying. He gets onto the trophy and like goes from plump to shriveled up like a raisin. He shrivels up into a little doggy skeleton. The dog is very sick. The dog should be rushed to the hospital immediately after this, actually. The cloud of his fart gas like envelops the entire crowd. People are screaming. I think he might have killed people, honestly. This is just an awful scene. I don't know why the writers thought that this would be fun for anyone, even for kids. It's like, is your dog pooping in the wrong spot ever that funny? I don't think I've ever like come home and my dog is like pooped somewhere she wasn't supposed to and been like, that's hilarious. That's actually good one, Sunday. Dude, you fucking killed it. I should be mad, but that's actually mad funny. To be fair, if I did have like a comically big trophy in my house and I came home and the dog had pooped in the trophy, that actually might be kind of funny. But not if she was also like sitting on top of the trophy as like a shriveled up skeleton and my house was full of noxious gas.
That was a disgrace.
This movie's getting kind of dark. This is a really somber, like, middle section of a children's movie.
He's not a loser!
It just turns into Marriage Story.
Marmaduke is a Great Dane!
Then come to find out that the trainer has actually billed them for all of the training, and it's like a shit ton of money. They go through the list, and it rolls by in this like Star Wars style credit roll, and it's meant to fly by really fast so you can't read anything, but I paused it just to like look through what some of it is. Some of the items on this list are more than the $1 million they would have won at the final dog show. There's things for $29,000, $35,000, $1.4 million. Also kind of a funny detail, the writers I guess couldn't come up with enough things to actually make the list that long, so they just literally copied and pasted the same chunk over and over. So if you just play it, you'll see like the same thing worth $1.5 million over and over in this list, and it's like you couldn't just keep coming up with different champions. So Marmaduke is like, you know what, screw it, I don't need you, and he decides to set off on a journey to show him what a real champion can do. He runs to China, and then he runs to Egypt, and then he swims in the ocean, and then he goes home. And I guess that's pretty much all the training he needs. I don't know why he is still so focused on the dog show after that. Marmaduke's like, yeah, I climbed to the top of Mount Everest and then swam to the bottom of the ocean so that I could hopefully compete in an obedience competition at a regional level. I hope that I do okay. It's like, no, all of the things you did just then are like infinitely more impressive than a dog show. At least that's what I thought until we get to the dog show and we see what other dogs do during the talent portion. Okay, so the bulldog is winning the talent competition. The bulldog is winning the whole show. Forget about the other dogs for a second. There is no way that Marmaduke can do anything near that impressive. I know he ran around the world, but he just ran and swam. This dog lifted up a convention center. The other dog's not quite as impressive. One of the dogs dances, pretty lame. And another dog did like a half fight, half rap in like a magical bubble environment. So that was pretty cool. I didn't know there was magic in this universe. They just decided to spring that on us in the last like 20 minutes of the movie, but I just don't understand how they were able to continue the competition after the bulldog lifted up the building. If I was in the crowd, I would be on my hands and knees crying after that. I don't think that it's fair to continue the show. Okay, Zeus actually hypnotizes the crowd. That's actually pretty impressive. Yet another use of magic. I like that they're really doubling down on that in the third act of this movie. Also, I'm getting a lot of parallels from the Disney Channel original movie Zapped in this movie. Although I don't think anyone beat the shit out of a dog in that movie. Also, hang on a second. If hypnosis exists in this universe and it is like a thing that can be done effectively, why the hell did the trainer need to beat the fuck out of Marmaduke? If in this world it's possible to mentally make a dog do whatever you want, what sick thrill did Guy get out of assaulting Marmaduke? It's almost like that wasn't even training and he just like, what if he did hypnotize him and then he was like, and now the rest of this is just for me. Anyway, it's time for Marmaduke's portion of the talent show. Now, everything else up until this point is so insane that like anything Marmaduke could do, even if he did something really cool, would be kind of underwhelming. But like, even with that in mind, Marmaduke just does the dumbest shit. His boy owner gets on his back and they just like run around the stadium. I'm sorry, Marmaduke, but that was not impressive at all. We literally all just saw magic happen. We saw a bulldog lift up a building. I know I keep mentioning that, but that was insane. We all just saw an entire crowd get hypnotized by a creepy blonde dog, and Marmaduke's like, yeah, but can you do this? Are you trying to bankrupt your family, Marmaduke? Because that's what's gonna happen if you keep this shit up. Are you trying to destroy your family's lives? You're going to. Keep dicking around on the ground like that with no talent, and you're gonna destroy their lives. It's happened before, it'll happen again. Okay, a little plot twist happens at the end of the dog show. Zeus, the beautiful dog, wins. Obviously, he hypnotized the judges, so we kind of thought that was gonna happen anyway, but it turns out that one of the judges is actually Zeus's trainer in disguise, so he gets disqualified from the talent competition. I kind of feel like it was pretty dumb of him to do that because he had a shot at winning anyway. It's not like he was like a total underdog. Dude was basically an overdog. He was actually bound to win. He hypnotized everybody. Pete Davidson, 40 seconds to write this song. All right, Pete, it's time to record the ending song. What ending song? You guys didn't tell me there was gonna be an ending song. I don't know, man. You tell us. Hit it. All right, well, yeah, that's Marmaduke. Let me know what you thought, and now it's time to talk about our sponsor. Hello. Guys, did you know in the US it's legal for your internet service provider to sell your data to other companies? They can sell it to ad companies. Heck, they can sell it to whoever they want. This seems pretty screwed up to me. I don't know why this is legal, but what I do know is that Marmaduke is probably responsible. Luckily, today's sponsor, ExpressVPN, puts a stop to this by rerouting 100% of your network traffic through their secure encrypted servers. Those are servers that are both secure and encrypted. ExpressVPN also masks your device's unique IP address, making it much more difficult for like big tech companies or advertisers or really strong dogs from tracking you and matching your activity back to you so they can collect your data. There's a ton of great reasons to use ExpressVPN. You can unblock content that's not available in your country. For example, the movie Whiplash is not available on Netflix in the US, but with ExpressVPN, if you change your server location to the UK, it is available. They have 24/7 customer support, the fastest speeds, consistently faster than other VPNs, and it's easy to use. You can fire it up and get going with just one click. I've got ExpressVPN on my computer and my phone, pretty much every device that can have it in my house. So find out how you can get 3 months for free by visiting expressvpn.com/Danny Gonzalez. That's expressvpn.com/Danny Gonzalez. Thank you to ExpressVPN for sponsoring this video, and thank you to you guys for checking out our sponsor. Please get out from under my desk. All right, guys, thank you for watching this video. If you're new here and you're not subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe and turn on my notifications to join Greg. Is that in focus at all? Greg, join Greg. Greg is what I call my fans here on YouTube, my fan base, my audience. But we're more than that, you know? We're a family, we're an army. We are one guy named Greg. So if you want to join, then turn on my notifications and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. What's up, Greg, and welcome back to another episode of A Grown Man Spends 20 minutes making fun of a movie for kids. You may have noticed something a little bit different. There's a microphone in the frame. I got a new stand for my microphone, and apparently the only way I can get it like close enough to me is by having it slightly in frame. So I hope this isn't super distracting. This would be kind of a crazy way for like one of those faceless YouTubers to film videos.
What's up, guys?
So today we're going to be talking about Zapped. And after watching this movie, I'm starting to think that the writers of Disney Channel original movies are not capable of writing a movie that's not about a teenager trying to control the opposite sex and mold them and craft them to their liking. You got Pixel Perfect, a movie about creating like the perfect girl pop star, How to Build a Better Boy, pretty self-explanatory in the title on that one. And then you got this movie Zapped, which is about Zendaya discovering that her dog training app can actually train boys to obey it can train boys to obey her every command. It's not actually Zendaya. She's not playing herself. It's Zendaya's playing a character named Zoe. I think that's probably pretty clear, but I just wanted to clear that up. This movie is full of dark magic. I'm convinced of it. There's something deeply sinister going on in this movie. I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna figure it out. Let's go ahead and watch it. The movie starts out with Zendaya's character Zoe. It starts off sweet, but then she immediately just starts like kind of complaining about having to live with 4 new guys because they're stinky.
4 guys and their mysterious odors that they always blame on the dog.
Yeah, she sort of takes the opportunity to complain and just make her mom, I guess, like feel bad for marrying a guy. It's the happiest day of her mother's life. And also this guy, her new stepdad, is the happiest day of his life. And her speech is like, I hate my new family. My new stinky family. And this wedding will certainly ruin my life. To make matters even worse, towards the end of her speech, the boys lose control of their pet dog, who is at their wedding for some reason. They lose control of the dog, and the dog goes crazy and knocks like a chocolate fondue fountain all over Zendaya. And at this moment, I couldn't help but remember that Zendaya's character in Euphoria is supposed to be the same age as Zendaya's character in this movie, and their lives are drastically different. Throughout this movie, you will find that the characters are like super weird. They're like caricatures of people that don't exist in real life.
And
to show how much it's gonna suck really living with the boys, the writers of this movie decided to have the next day start with girl. It's like, dude, you're 50. Have you never talked to a girl before? The movie then establishes why each one of the new guys that she lives with is like gross in some way. One of her little brothers is really messy. The other one's always like cooking gross stuff. Which is like a weird character trait. I get the messy younger brother, but like the gross cooking younger brother, is that a thing? Is that something I'm supposed to be able to relate to? And then in Disney movies, there's always like the distinct cliques. Like there's the popular crowd, and then there's like the stoners, but they never say stoners in the Disney movie. They're just kind of like, these are like the kids who wear jean jackets. This movie has the most insane high school posses ever. You got the skateboard boys. Okay, that's pretty normal. The next group she sees are the shirtless workout boys. And then just the straight up stinky boys, where the only like defining characteristic is that they're dirty, flea-ridden, smelly boys. You can hear like flies flying around them. What clique is this supposed to be in high school? And then there's the popular group, one of whom is also pretty stinky himself, actually.
The Tripster? The Tripathon? It's me. I'm Trip.
Oh.
Smartphone.
Oh.
The movie sort of writes this off as like, well, this is just something boys do, you know? New school, you gotta kind of accept what boys come with it, you know? Boys will be boys. No. That is actually not what boys do. That is something that just one very specific boy does.
It's me. I'm Trip.
And he needs to be stopped. I cannot remember a single moment in high school where a boy walked up to a girl, let alone like the new girl who's already like scared and doesn't know anyone and is like, hey, I'm gonna fart in your face now. Welcome to the school, smell my ass. But it's not all bad though. She does make a friend on her very first day. Hold up. This girl has a picture of a boy that goes to her school in her locker. Is that a thing? I remember in like middle school, girls would have pictures of like celebrity boys in their locker. Imagine seeing a picture of you in somebody else's locker. I'd feel like I was being hunted. It's weird to have his picture in your locker. It's even weirder in the movie when we find out that she also actually has pictures of him printed out on her pillows in her bed. Gulp. That's scary. Imagine if they start dating, she's like FaceTiming him in bed, and she like accidentally tilts the camera a little bit to the side, and he just sees his own face next to her. Wait, what was that? Is that me? Of course, Zoe does have a love interest in this movie, and he is introduced early on. It's this guy. Every boy in the movie is depicted in a negative light except this guy, because this guy, he's not like other guys. Wow, he really is different than all the other guys. He knows about praying mantises. Most guys around this school don't know shit about bugs. Yeah, the movie really seems to depict this guy as like the way that guys should be. Guys shouldn't be stinky and messy, okay? Guys should wear beanie and sunglasses and know shit about bugs and be 35. I know I talk about this in like every Disney Channel original movie video that I make, but this guy literally looks like he's 30. Maybe he was held back for being too cool or not not being stinky enough. That seems to be a requirement at the school. He went on stage to accept his diploma, and they shook his hand and they were like, wait a minute, why isn't your hand sticky? Actually, there's no flies flying around you. Get out of here, dude. Back to... Yeah, I don't know, man. This just comes off as creepy to me. I guess this is supposed to be romantic, but it's not really romantic to me. Just scary.
I can see inside you.
Another one of the plot lines in this movie is that Zoe wants to join the dance team, but the girl who runs the dance team is like the popular mean girl. She doesn't want Zoe on the dance team because she's too good at dancing and it's gonna make her look bad or something. Anyway, by now you're probably wondering, when the frick does this app thing happen, right? When the frick does Zoe discover that the dog training app works on boys? Well, at first, it doesn't. Zoe's just trying to trick with dark magic, right? And the dog can even tell, too, because you know what the dog does the second he realizes what's going on? He grabs her phone and runs off with it and tries to destroy it, presumably to break the curse. And then what happens next is honestly the most confusing part of the movie, okay? So the dog drops the phone in the bath. Her brother gets it out and tries to swing it around to get the water out of it. It flies out the window, swings around a satellite dish, slides down a solar panel, and lands in dog food. And from here on out, now, that app is now able to control boys. Any man or boy this app can control against their will.
Sit.
And at first, while watching this movie, I didn't even think it was that weird. I didn't even give it a second thought. I was just like, okay, yeah, so something magical happened and now it can control boys. That makes sense. But like, what? What happened to the phone? I don't understand how solar panels and satellite dish changes the app from dog-based to man-based. Like, you'd think at the very least something having to do with like men would happen to the phone. Like the phone lands in like a bucket of buffalo wings or like flies through a football field. I'm just curious to know if that fucked up other apps on the phone or if it's just the dog training app. Now, whenever a boy likes one of my tweets, he goes into a coma for 3 years. And don't even get me started on the weather app, because every time I check that, boys start falling from the sky. Anyway, let's just say now that she's got the ability to control boys, she has a little bit of fun.
Boys are acting weird.
Dude, he farted twice in midair in such rapid succession. They added in 2 fart sound effects. Kind of impressive. I'm trying to imagine how she's gonna use the app to get herself out of this one. Stop farting. Take it back. Take the fart back. Suck it back up into your ass.
Oh, how am I doing this?
But no, she just uses the app to utterly humiliate him in front of his friends. Go to nerdy gamer kids and tells them to like go do yoga instead of playing video games.
Let's go do some yoga.
And her brothers, dude, don't even get me started on what she does to her poor brothers. I'm taking the brothers' side, all right? They did nothing wrong. Her poor brothers were just living their lives until Zoe moved in and tries to fix them.
Be clean. Holy moly, it's filthy in here.
Her messy brother, she tells to be more clean, which turns him into this like hyper hygienic husk of his former self.
I need a sponge and soap and paper towels and a power washer.
For the rest of the movie, he's literally he's scrubbing everything frantically in a panic. Anytime there's a mess, he's like, I gotta clean it up. She tells the gross cooking boy to cook less gross stuff.
Start making less gross food.
So he's like cooking 5-star meals for the rest of the movie. And then the oldest brother, she tells him to be more focused. The boy is just like focused on inanimate objects for the rest of the movie. He's just like staring at a lamp or at the basketball net. She turns her own family into like mindless zombies. And she's like, this is better. This is nice. It's creepy, dude. It's eerie, this movie. In all honesty, dude, this show walked so that WandaVision could run. This is basically WandaVision. In fact, since they're both owned by Disney, I wouldn't be surprised if this was in the same universe. This is like a prequel to WandaVision. This is where she gets the idea. It's kind of funny how low the stakes are considering the power that she holds. She could like take over Wall Street. She could get rich. She could make anybody do what she wants. Any man. She could fix every war. Create world peace. In fact, I think her friend says that at one point in the movie. She's like, we could end every war with this. And Zoe's just like, yeah, we could, but I simply will not. I think it's more important that my brother stares at a lamp for the rest of his life. That's kind of the shit I'm on. Rules to this movie, the lore does not make sense. I guess that's just how Disney Channel movies go. In the end, everyone sort of learns that like, hey, girls have things that girls do that are weird to boys, and boys do things that are weird to girls. And that's just how we need to leave it. Which in some sense I would agree with. Not in this movie, though. The boys are disgusting in this movie. They need to change something about themselves. I think that there could be some middle ground between her mind controlling them and them just being utterly repulsive. Anyway, the moral of the story is like Zoe realizes that she is not God and should not have unilateral control over everyone's lives, and they all live happily ever after. Well, guys, we may never be able to control boys using our smartphones, but you know what we can control? Our money. Thanks to today's sponsor, Current. Do a flip. Do a backflip. Sit. Speak.
I love you, Father.
Good boy. That's right, guys. Today's video has been sponsored by Current. Current is the future of mobile banking. You guys have heard me talk about how awesome Current is before, how flexible they are, how transparent they are with things like no hidden fees. But today, I've got something new to talk about, and that's interest. Because Current just launched a new feature called Interest where you can earn 4% APY on your money. That's 4% for your money literally just sitting there. That's right, you don't gotta be throwing money at the stock market or buying NFTs and investing in cryptocurrency to get some return on your money. With Current's interest feature, you literally just get 4% for your money just sitting there. And as if that's not already enough reason to start using Current, I am once again going to be giving away $5,000 with Current's help. So go ahead, download Current, make an account, use the code DANNYINTEREST for a chance to win, and so you don't miss out on that 4%. Signing up for Current is totally free to do. You can do it right now. So honestly, there's really no reason not to. All right, well, thank you to Current for sponsoring this video, and thank you to you guys for checking out Current. They've been a long-time sponsor of the channel. They've helped me do some amazing things, so make sure you check them out, and goodbye. Bye. All right, guys, I'll admit I am very late to this topic, potentially even like a month late, depending on when this video comes out, but in my defense, I'm a dad now, all right? I have a baby. He's 5 months old. I have better things to do than sitting here talking to a camera alone in my room. Like watching Jason Nash live stream on TikTok. All right, Sandra, thank you for the money. Kevin, thank you for the money. Can you guys send me like a teenage child and something awkward or scary happening with that child? And also you have to look really badass and you do have to be part dog. Got it, can do. Before I film this one, I actually have a much more important POV I need to film first. POV, that moment when you're sponsored by Opera. Opera makes other browsers look like that evil boy in that last TikTok. All alone and useless. Meanwhile, Opera looks like the family because Opera has so many useful features built in that it's so much more than just a browser. You've got Aria, Opera's native browser AI, which lets you get clear answers instantly. Highlight any term on the web and ask Aria to explain it. The great thing is Aria is connected to the web and can provide real-time information, unlike a lot of other AI models. Tab islands are huge for helping me stay organized while I'm working on a video. If I have several TikToks open, a couple of Google Docs, email, I can collapse them into context-based groups automatically. I don't know what accent this is supposed to be. One thing I didn't even realize I needed until I got Opera was a built-in ad blocker. It makes articles look so much more clean, which actually makes my videos look better, because when I screen record an article, there's not distracting ads all over the place. And it's super easy to turn on with just one click. If you're working on multiple projects at once, you can create entirely separate workspaces that you can switch between easily using customizable buttons on the sidebar. I don't like having a ton of browser windows open at the same time. It's super distracting and hard to sort through. So in my opinion, this is a much better solution. So if you want to check out Opera, then use my link below to download Opera today. Thanks to Opera for sponsoring this video, and thank you to you guys for checking out Opera. Now let's film this TikTok. Okay, so I've been thinking a lot about how I could make this TikTok kind of my own, you know? Take everything I like about the toxic daughter boyfriend TikTok and amplify. So first thing we're gonna do is the amount of family that shows up. I liked how much it was in the first video. We're gonna double it. We're just gonna have a ton of people show up. We're gonna have the dad, of course, the brother, an uncle. Uncle's here! A second cousin, a third niece, maybe. Also, I think instead of like a toxic boyfriend, the daughter's just gonna be getting mugged. I think that would elevate the stakes a little bit higher. And then, you know, in the original TikTok, they didn't even turn into werewolves. Their eyes just turned blue, which, granted, that would be very scary if that happened to you, but I feel like they were trying to get at something there, but they didn't quite get there. So, in my TikTok, they're gonna actually turn into animals because there's filters on the TikTok that can turn you into animals. So that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna do it now. So I think what would be even cooler than turning into a wolf is if I turn into a horse. And I know that there's horse filters on TikTok. I have one saved here, where if you open your mouth, you turn into a horse. So I'm gonna use this. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. I look gorgeous. And then everyone just starts turning into horses, dude. The daughter turns into a horse. Uncle's gotta turn into a horse. And last but not least, the mugger has to apologize, of course. Let's go, baby. Now all I have to do is edit this, and it's gonna be ready to go. Now this dad is a whole different type of dad. His name is Brian B. Toe. I thought Toe might be his last name, but the way it's spelled out in his profile actually makes it seem like Bateau is his last name. I thought B was just his middle initial till I saw this just now. Say what you want about Brian, but he do be Toe. And I think there's a lot we can learn from Brian's TikTok. Stuck in a generation where loyalty is just a tattoo and being fake is a lifestyle. Where the real ones at? Man, Brian's so cool. I thought he was a teenager for a second because of how cool he's dressed. Hey guys, I'm just skateboarding with my backpack to school. I mean work. I hope my teacher is cool today. Oh, I mean boss. Sorry, I'm just a kid at heart. Also, I just got in a really bad skateboarding accident and hit my head real bad. Can you drive me to the hospital? I don't like this angle. Why is he so much higher up than us? Are we a child in this video? Are we his child?
Son, where are the real ones? What have you done with the real ones, son?
I'm not even sure how the caption and the video are related. They seem like totally separate things. I'm so sick of my generation. So I've decided to join yours. I'm a teenager now. In fact, I'm so young that my kids are my... All right. Now, obviously, I I don't like this video. I don't like it one bit. But I'm mature enough to realize that I'm not the target demographic for this video. This video is for MILFs. And I'm not a MILF. I'm at most a dill. I'm just a dad you would like. And the MILFs in the comments are loving it. Yes, you still got it. Where you been all my life? Damn, my kind of guy. More power to him, I guess. The one thing that I can't get over is the setting in which he's making this video. Are you in public? It looks like he's just in the lobby of a hotel making the absolute thirstiest video I've ever seen. You need to get to your room ASAP, dude. You are too horny to be in public. I like this guy in the background. The second he realizes he's in this video, he steps out of frame because he's like, oop, I can't be in this. Oop, get me out of here, this guy's too horny. The caption is still got it, which is a little confusing to me because usually you would say that about something you used to do when you were young. Brian, did you used to do this when you were young? They didn't have iPhones back then. Who were you doing this to, man? The reason so many people are single and not in relationships today is because we're looking for that 90s love in a 2023's hookup culture. Tell me I'm wrong. Yeah, man, that's fine. Where are you? What's going on in the background here? I'm looking for that 90s love. The kind of girl that doesn't just want to hook up, but wants to go on a date to the giant dirt pile in town. I love that dirt pile. I wish I could date the dirt pile, but she's taken.
Hey, get out of here! She's mine!
Okay, this is good research. I feel like I'm starting to get what this guy is all about. It's a lot of like pouring your heart out on the internet. Some of it could possibly be on the verge of oversharing, but he's expressing his feelings. He's looking badass while he's doing it. It's like this emotional vulnerability mixed with this cool, mysterious bravado of being alone at the giant dirt pile.
Oh, 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 yeah. Da, da, da. I got a new
Okay, no, that's cool, man. Look, I obviously think that, you know, that's kind of a scary joke to make, but again, this video isn't for me. Oh, uh-oh. Oh God, Brian, the MILFs aren't liking it either. This guy is not funny. My first reaction, ew. Brian, you're scaring the MILFs, man. So I'm unaware of any gigantic piles of dirt near where I live. If there are any, I guess I'm just not cool enough to know where they are. So I'm here at the woods. Figured that would be an equally strange location to film this TikTok. So we've got strange location, the woods. We're going to have sort of a nostalgic / oversharing caption, which I'm still not sure what that's gonna be yet, but I can just figure that out while I'm editing it. I don't have to do that now. It doesn't have to have anything to do with the video, which is good. And then I also have to appeal to the youth. I have to try to make myself seem like a kid, which usually I'm not very good at, but I went to Walmart and I went to the kids section and I found some stuff that I think is gonna do the trick. Brian had a skateboard in his video, and so I bought a scooter. They didn't have any skateboards. I don't know if this is maybe a little bit too young for the demographic I'm trying to reach, but the box said ages 2 to 5. So I'm just gonna sort of pretend to be shredding it up out here at the beginning of the TikTok. By the way, I am like 75% sure that there's poison ivy under my feet right now that I'm very much trying to avoid. And I think I have, but my legs just feel itchy even just being near it. This was actually a horrible idea. Anyway, the hat. It says Fortnite on it. Can you see that? It says Fortnite on it. I found it at Walmart in the little boys section and I thought, oh my gosh, this is perfect. This is gonna appeal to all the kids. So I've got my scooter, I've got my Fortnite, and I'm ready to have some fun. Let's film a TikTok. Okay, I think I'll just pretend to be ripping it up over here and then I walk towards the camera, all cool. I for sure stepped into poison ivy that time. Very cool. Why does this hat make me look like a pilgrim? It's like such a flat brim hat that it's gone past looking cool and gone towards looking like a group endeavor. And I know what people say. They say like, well, David gave them the opportunities, you know? He didn't have to make them famous. Yeah, he kind of did. That was like the whole point of his vlogs was his friends. David wasn't just making them famous because he was a good, generous guy. He was doing it because that's what was working. They made him famous as much as he made them famous.
That now it's like the complete opposite. Everyone's like working and here's him just like, hey, what are you doing tonight? And it's like a Tuesday night. Everyone's working.
Yeah, man, that is kind of a crazy switch. Whereas before, David was working and everyone was helping him. Now everyone else is working, so naturally David is partying with Diplo. Naturally, a lot of the conversation around Jason's live streams has revolved around the confusion as to why he wouldn't just get like a normal job if he was strapped for cash, or if like the social media thing wasn't working out.
Can someone make Jason Nash a fucking DoorDash account?
People are wondering, why is he pursuing this career that is like universally seen as embarrassing or cringe, rather than just getting a 9-to-5? And I totally get that criticism, because I do love being a creator. I love getting to be my own boss. I love being creative on a daily basis, working with people that I'm really inspired by, entertaining people. But if this exact version of being a creator stopped being feasible, would I start doing gift streams on TikTok? Hell no. And not even necessarily because it's like embarrassing or cringe. It's just that like what I enjoy about being a creator, that does not accomplish. There's no being creative. There's no entertaining people. At a certain point, you like strip out all of the fun parts of the career and you just have only the most superficial parts of it left. Just money and fame. So no, if like this YouTube channel didn't work out anymore, there's a billion other things I would rather do that would be more enticing to me than like gift streaming on Twitch. But maybe Jason likes it. He doesn't look like he does, but maybe he does. On the other hand, I could say that Jason is also older. He's lived a lot more life, he's had a lot more experience, and his career in the entertainment industry has gone through a lot more ups and downs than mine has. From what I can tell, Jason has been a stand-up comedian, he's been in TV shows, he's been a podcaster, a Viner, and a Vlog Squad member, and now a TikTok live gift battler. Between all of those seasons of his life, I'm sure there was downtime where he could have thought, oh, maybe this isn't for me, I'm gonna get up and go get a normal job. And then, lo and behold, the next opportunity comes along. So in some sense, I do understand if Jason's mentality is like, maybe I'm just gonna do this for a little while until I get my next thing off the ground.
And I know that when I started Vine, people said the same thing to me. They're like, what are you doing? Why are you doing Vine? You know, and I was like, okay, this is what I'm doing. And then I did YouTube, and people are like, why are you doing YouTube? And I feel like when you're first to something, that can really pan out.
Yeah, I do get what you're saying, but also I don't know if this is the same as Vine and YouTube. Saying he's the first to this new thing like TikTok gift battling is gonna be the next big thing is very worrying to me. Please don't make that the next big thing, guys. On top of all that, there is this sort of like gamification in your head that happens when you're a content creator. Because so much of it is like numbers based, you're always looking at your analytics, hoping your numbers go up. It becomes kind of a game in your head to see if you can do better than you did last month or last year. Because of that, I feel like in a lot of content creators' heads, quitting or pursuing a different career path is seen as like losing the game, even if it's subconscious. That being said, I don't think that's a healthy way to look at it, and I would encourage people who are pursuing being a creator to find other passions that, you know, if this didn't work out, you could pursue that instead, because I think just clinging to relevancy for relevancy's sake is not a good thing. But why try to guess what Jason's thinking when someone literally asked him on his own podcast why he doesn't just get a job?
This isn't me saying this as a negative thing. I'm just totally asking.
Please.
Yeah.
Why don't I get a real job?
No, I know why you do it.
Yeah.
But like...
No, man, I know why you do it. It's pretty clear to me. But, could you tell everyone else why you do this?
Someone said that the other day, why don't you get into real estate? I'm like,
I hate it.
I don't have a real estate license.
Bo Granny?
Oh yeah, I forgot. You have to be born with a real estate license to do real estate. But darn, Jason Nash was born with a TikTok account. So he has to do that instead.
Right. Now look, would I be on TikTok Live if I wasn't in like a financial hole? I don't know, probably not. But also like YouTube wasn't really working. And I needed to find something. OnlyFans. I can't do OnlyFans.
This is such an unrelatable thought process to most people. YouTube is not working out for him, and his first thought is OnlyFans? TikTok begging people for money? It just comes off as being so set on being an influencer that nothing else matters to this guy.
Listen, it is what it is. It's like, I was on Vine, I was on YouTube, I was on Snapchat, and now I'm doing this.
Don't say it like that.
Now I'm doing this.
I mean, I do like it.
No, man, I don't think you do. Not after that. We all saw that. So anyway, it is what it is, and I have to do it because I love it, and it's my favorite thing. Phew, that was close. Hey, we can hear you. What? You said that was close out loud. Oh no!
Do you ever think about going
To DoorDash?
Or to like I just never thought it's entertainment or nothing. I don't care what it is. Like
what would you suggest I do?
No, it's just that
Let me get a job at Lululemon.
From what I can gather from this clip and the way they're laughing about the prospect of being a DoorDash driver or working at Lululemon, those jobs are not even on the table for Jason. I don't know his personal finances, but Jason lives in LA, he owns a house, he has kids, he has a wife. So I feel like when he's saying things like, I don't have any other skills, what he's really saying is, I don't have any other skills that would allow me to live the exact same life that I'm currently living. And honestly, I could understand if he really does like the TikTok live streaming thing, but don't laugh at other jobs like Lululemon or DoorDash like you're so above doing them, yet you're on TikTok literally asking people for money. And I do totally get that Jason has kids that he has to support, that I'm totally empathetic to that situation. It is kind of ironic that his solution to that is to ask other people's kids for money online, but that's neither here nor there. This whole situation kind of reminds me of this TikTok I saw about a month ago. My Roman Empire is all of those influencers who dropped out of college or quit their jobs, moved to LA, then became irrelevant. Like, where did they go? What are they doing now? One interesting thing that I don't know if a lot of people know is that I feel like a lot of creators who get into this situation can actually leverage some of the connections they make while they're relevant and some of the skills that they've learned to get jobs at like marketing agencies, talent agencies, social media companies, or working for other creators behind the scenes. There's actually a lot of opportunities out there, which I would know because my first job out of college was working for a YouTube MCN. While I was still on Vine, I graduated college and I was worried that that wasn't going to be a stable career, so I actually got a job working at an MCN. And then I also worked at the YouTube channel Corridor for a while before my YouTube channel took off. So just throwing that out there, there are other career opportunities where you get to be involved in the creator space, even writing or acting, stuff like that. But it doesn't have to be your operation. You can just get a stable job. All right, it's time to talk about David again. While everyone was making fun of Jason for doing the TikTok live streaming thing, David paid him a visit on Snapchat.
Dude, you're kind of becoming a legend on TikTok now.
I know. Not in a good way.
Yeah, but I think it's fun.
No, man, this is a great look. This is awesome. Multi-millionaire visits former unpaid employee wearing a crown to make fun of his new job. David, do you know why, perchance, Jason has to do the TikTok live streaming? Have you thought about that at all? During your long nights of playing pool?
Bye, guys. Thanks for having us over in your little hobbit home.
And make fun of his house before you leave? Check. Great job. Now, with all of this talk about David and Jason, I just want to make it clear, do not go and send any hate to these people in real life, especially Jason. Jason actually got swatted mid-live during one of his streams a few weeks ago, which is obviously horrible.
Anybody else inside? No. Okay, hold on. Let's get put together and then... Yeah.
This is obviously a horrible situation, actually terrifying. But I cannot help but break a little smile when I look over and the two people he's gift battling are the Dobre brothers. I don't think there's a single funnier sight than watching the two of these blankly stare into the camera and not understanding what's going on. Also, imagine your gift battle opponent getting swatted and he's still crushing you, dude. That's gotta hurt. My big takeaway from all of this is if you are pursuing being a content creator, I would heavily recommend being super careful about the way you go about it. I would highly recommend not letting your success be at all related to the success of another influencer. You don't want to be the guy from David's vlogs when David stops the vlogs. Also, save your money. This career that we have, we don't know how long it's gonna last. I mean, I sort of view it as being any other type of entertainer. You're only relevant for so long, or like an athlete or something. You can only be in your prime for a certain amount of time, so save as much as you can. It's really easy to get caught up in the lifestyle of an influencer and like partying all the time and flying on private jets, buying expensive cars. And if you can make this career last for like 20 to 30 years, that's awesome. That's insane, but it's definitely not guaranteed. So just be careful, all right? For me, for your old pal Dan. All right, guys, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're new here and you're not subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe and turn on my notifications to join Greg. Greg is what I call my fans here on YouTube, and if you just watch this whole video, that means you kinda gotta be a Greg now. I don't make the rules, sorry. Except for that rule I actually did make, but all the other rules I don't make. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Life as a new dad is Pretty good. Rocking my baby to sleep, watching him crawl for the first time, and there's so much to look forward to. Like finding out what kind of TikTok dad I'm gonna become. There's so many types of dads on TikTok. You got Frog Dad. I could be like Addison Rae's dad, begging Young Gravy to box him. One thing's for sure, whatever kind of dad I become, I'm excited to do it on TikTok.
Wait, what is this? TikTok is getting banned?
Guys, TikTok might get deleted in the US forever in a few months, so I either need to move countries or fulfill my dream of becoming a TikTok dad now. Luckily, over the years, I've gathered a pretty choice list of dad talks, and today I'm going to watch them, and then I'm going to become them by recreating them. So let's take another look at that Addison Rae's dad TikTok.
Can I get
Okay, so this TikTok is from a couple years ago. It's from 2022. And if you were unaware of this situation where Addison Rae's dad wanted to fight famous rapper Young Gravy, I believe it started because Young Gravy made some comment on a podcast about finding Addison Rae's mom attractive. Now, Addison Rae's dad and his mom aren't together and haven't been for a long time, I think. But nevertheless, Monty, that's his name, Monty Lopez, decided to settle the score by getting on TikTok and begging Young Gravy to fight him.
Can we meet now? Like today, it's August 9th, 2022. I'm ready and I bet you're not. Only a boxing match. Do you have what it takes?
Please, I'm begging you, Young Gravy, fight me, please. I'll let you win. I don't care. You can bring a gun. Just don't kiss her. Also, because of the UMG thing that happened recently where they removed all their music from TikTok, this TikTok is completely silent. I'm guessing it had more of a badass vibe to it when it actually had music, but now it's just kind of sad. But to be fair to Monty, that TikTok was like 2 years ago. The beef has since been resolved, I think, or Monty just realized that Young Gravy was never going to respond to him, so he stopped trying. But let's see what Monty's up to now.
What's going on, everybody? Happy holidays. We got some real funny videos that I'm about to show you. Let me know in the comments below which you think is the funny.
Cool, man. Yeah, those are some pretty funny videos. Did you steal them, Monty? Did you steal the videos? Bad, Monty. I like that Monty is compensating for his old videos having no music by putting 3 times as much music as is necessary in this video. I don't really think that this exact genre of TikTok speaks to me. I don't really know if I want to become like the content stealing kind of guy on TikTok. Hey guys, check out this crazy clip I just saw. You're gonna want to buckle in. This is 3 hours long. I should give Addison Rae's dad type dad a shot though, so I'm gonna be recreating that first TikTok. Okay, so I was trying to think of who it would be funny for me to be trying to fight in this video. My first thought, for some reason, was Joe Biden, but I feel like if I posted a shirtless video of me screaming and begging Joe Biden to fight me, I would be investigated by the FBI, the CIA, trying to think of any other 3-letter acronyms, AJR maybe. So I'm not gonna do that. Maybe it would make more sense if I just challenged someone who already does influencer boxing, like Jake Paul. I could make this same kind of shirtless screaming video, begging Jake Paul to fight me. I can't just stop there because Monty didn't stop there. Oh no, no, no. He challenged him, he begged him, he asked him to come to his house right now, and then he also pivoted to just posting silly videos on his page. So I'm gonna try to encapsulate all of that into one video. I also noticed in this video when he stands up, it like, well, one, it says run white boy run at the bottom, and then it also reveals that he has a tummy tattoo. So I don't know if I should incorporate that somehow, like when I stand up there's a funny tattoo on my tummy. Maybe it's just a heart that says Jake in the middle. Because I want you to get the vibe from this that I just want to hang out with Jake so bad. I don't care if he's beating the shit out of me or if he's just coming over to help me water my garden.
It's actually kind of hard to write this upside down, but hopefully I'm doing this correctly. Can you even see it in the camera? Can you see the Jake? There's an effect on it. Did I use that effect? Gym light? That's kind of menacing. What other effect could I use? No, okay. Let's just do no filter. No filter or nothing. I didn't like filming that at all. No, actually, I hate that. I'm gonna put my shirt back on. Yeah, sorry, I hated that. I'm gonna keep my shirt on, actually. I thought I was gonna do it with my shirt off, man, but I can't do it. I just can't see myself convulsing shirtless like that. I don't even think I want it on the internet, to be honest. I don't want it. Nobody should see that. So it's just
It's gone now. I'm just gonna have to live with Jake tattooed on my tummy, and that's just gonna be a secret between me and you guys. Nobody's gonna know that that happened. Okay, let's try again. Shirt mode activated. It's hard to press the start button the way I have my phone propped up. The keyboard's kind of in the way here. There we go. Okay, shit. God damn it.
Can I get a
I might have been pretty good. I am picking up my phone at the beginning, but I think I went menace mode for sure. Actually, the beginning where I prop my phone up adds some kind of authenticity to it in a way. I don't know if it's like a millennial pause or kind of makes it seem like this video was totally off the cuff. Like I wasn't even planning on recording this. I'm just setting my phone up because I'm getting so pissed off. Well, I guess I'll just finish her up then. Oh, there's still sound. Can I make the sound stop now?
please?
Okay, I guess I can't. So is it just gonna be that then? That's not good. That's not funny. That's just weird. That's just me straight up asking Jake to fight. Okay. Maybe I can record it in my camera roll and then add it in the editor. Hey Jake, I just wanted to say, I didn't mean what I said back there. I don't think you're a baby. I think you're awesome. And we don't have to fight. We could just hang out sometime if you want to. Anyway, here's a funny video I found. Okay, now I have to actually find a funny video and add it in here somehow. Funny video I found. Hell yeah.
Can I get a
Hey Jake, I just wanted to say, I didn't mean what I said back there. I don't think you're a baby. I think you're awesome. And we don't have to fight. We could just hang out sometime if you want to. Anyway, here's a funny video I found. Yeah, I think it's perfect. And I think it's ready to post, and I'm not worried at all about what people will think when I post this. So I think after I create all the TikToks, we can take a look at some of the responses to them. Okay, next TikTok. My daughter being in a toxic relationship. Hashtag POV, a pack sticks up for each other. One of my favorite things about this TikTok is how many people show up. I thought it was just gonna be the dad at first, but then more and more characters keep coming in. It kind of makes the dad seem a little less badass. Like, no wonder the boyfriend's scared. He is severely outnumbered. I also love how the uncle comes into frame by touching the brother's shoulder, but it's obviously just his own hand touching his own shoulder. You know you're in for trouble when you feel your uncle tap your shoulder. You know how uncles do? Now, the weird thing about this one is that I actually don't know if this guy has kids. I actually don't think he does, but I do still think that there's something we can take away from this video. The whole concept of a pack sticking together. Oh, are they wolves? Oh, I think they're werewolves, and that's why it says a pack sticks up for each other. And that's why all their eyes turn blue, this horrifying shade of blue, and the dad has on a wolf necklace. So they must be wolves. They've got wolf eyes. Wolves have blue eyes, right? Oh, wait. They don't. Wolves have brown eyes, it looks like. I must be thinking of huskies. Oh yeah, huskies have blue eyes. Are they huskies? Leave her alone, buddy. Unless you want to get strapped to a sled and pulled very fast over a great distance. If this happened in real life, do you think that the boyfriend would even hear the dad? He's screaming and the dad is whispering. He has a few other TikToks where he plays the role of a dad navigating a kind of tricky situation with his daughter. So I guess this genre is just fantasizing about having like a teenage child and something awkward or scary happening with that child. And also you have to look really badass and you do have to be part dog. Got it, can do. Before I film this one, I actually have a much more important POV I need to film first. POV, that moment when you're sponsored by Opera. Opera makes other browsers look like that evil boy in that last TikTok. All alone and useless. Meanwhile, Opera looks like the family because Opera has so many useful features built in that it's so much more than just a browser. You've got Aria, Opera's native browser AI, which lets you get clear answers instantly. Highlight any term on the web and ask Aria to explain it. The great thing is Aria is connected to the web and can provide real-time information, unlike a lot of other AI models. Tab islands are huge for helping me stay organized while I'm working on a video. If I have several TikToks open, a couple of Google Docs, email, I can collapse them into context-based groups automatically. I don't know what accent this is supposed to be. One thing I didn't even realize I needed until I got Opera was a built-in ad blocker. It makes articles look so much more clean, which actually makes my videos look better, because when I screen record an article, there's not distracting ads all over the place. And it's super easy to turn on with just one click. If you're working on multiple projects at once, you can create entirely separate workspaces that you can switch between easily using customizable buttons on the sidebar. I don't like having a ton of browser windows open at the same time. It's super distracting and hard to sort through. So in my opinion, this is a much better solution. So if you want to check out Opera, then use my link below to download Opera today. Thanks to Opera for sponsoring this video, and thank you to you guys for checking out Opera. Now let's film this TikTok. Okay, so I've been thinking a lot about how I could make this TikTok kind of my own, you know? Take everything I like about the toxic daughter boyfriend TikTok and amplify it. So first thing we're gonna do is the amount of family that shows up. I liked how much it was in the first video. We're gonna double it. We're just gonna have a ton of people show up. We're gonna have the dad, of course, the brother, an uncle. Uncle's here! A second cousin, a third niece, maybe. Also, I think instead of like a toxic boyfriend, the daughter's just gonna be getting mugged. I think that would elevate the stakes a little bit higher. And then, you know, in the original TikTok, they didn't even turn into werewolves. Their eyes just turned blue, which, granted, that would be very scary if that happened to you, but I feel like they were trying to get at something there, but they didn't quite get there. So, in my TikTok, they're gonna actually turn into animals because there's filters on the TikTok that can turn you into animals. So that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna do it now. So I think what would be even cooler than turning into a wolf is if I turn into a horse. And I know that there's horse filters on TikTok. I have one saved here, where if you open your mouth, you turn into a horse. So I'm gonna use this. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. I look gorgeous. And then everyone just starts turning into horses, dude. The daughter turns into a horse. Uncle's gotta turn into a horse. And last but not least, the mugger has to apologize, of course. Let's go, baby. Now all I have to do is edit this, and it's gonna be ready to go. Now this dad is a whole different type of dad. His name is Brian B. Toe. I thought Toe might be his last name, but the way it's spelled out in his profile actually makes it seem like Buto is his last name. I thought B was just his middle initial till I saw this just now. Say what you want about Brian, but he do be Toe. And I think there's a lot we can learn from Brian's TikTok. Stuck in a generation where loyalty is just a tattoo and being fake is a lifestyle. Where the real ones at? Man, Brian's so cool. I thought he was a teenager for a second because of how cool he's dressed. Hey guys, I'm just skateboarding with my backpack to school. Work. I hope my teacher is cool today. Oh, boss. Sorry, I'm just a kid at heart. Also, I just got in a really bad skateboarding accident and hit my head real bad. Can you drive me to the hospital? I don't like this angle. Why is he so much higher up than us? Are we a child in this video? Are we his child?
Son, where are the real ones? What have you done with the real ones, son?
I'm not even sure how the caption and the video are related. They seem like totally separate things. I'm so sick of my generation. So I've decided to join yours. I'm a teenager now. In fact, I'm so young that my kids are my... All right. Now, obviously, I don't like this video. I don't like it one bit. But I'm mature enough to realize that I'm not the target demographic for this video. This video is for MILFs. 'Cause you a MILF. And I'm not a MILF. I'm at most a dill. I'm just a dad you would like. And the MILFs in the comments are loving it. Yes, you still got it. Where you been all my life? Damn, my kind of guy. More power to him, I guess. The one thing that I can't get over is the setting in which he's making this video. Are you in public? It looks like he's just in the lobby of a hotel making the absolute thirstiest video I've ever seen. You need to get to your room ASAP, dude. You are too horny to be in public. I like this guy in the background. The second he realizes he's in this video, he steps out of frame because he's like, oop, I can't be in this. Oop, get me out of here, this guy's too horny. The caption is still got it, which is a little confusing to me because usually you would say that about something you used to do when you were young. Brian, did you used to do this when you were young? They didn't have iPhones back then. Who were you doing this to, man? The reason so many people are single and not in relationships today is because we're looking for that 90s love in a 2023's hookup culture. Tell me I'm wrong. Yeah, man, that's fine. Where are you? What's going on in the background here? I'm looking for that 90s love. The kind of girl that doesn't just want to hook up, but wants to go on a date to the giant dirt pile in town. I love that dirt pile. I wish I could date the dirt pile, but she's taken.
Hey, get out of here! She's mine!
Okay, this is good research. I feel like I'm starting to get what this guy is all about. It's a lot of like pouring your heart out on the internet. Some of it could possibly be on the verge of oversharing, but he's expressing his feelings. He's looking badass while he's doing it. It's like this emotional vulnerability mixed with this cool, mysterious bravado of being alone at the giant dirt pile.
Oh, 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 yeah. Da, da, da. I got a new
Okay, no, that's cool, man. Look, I obviously think that, you know, that's kind of a scary joke to make, but again, this video isn't for me. Oh, uh-oh. Oh God, Brian, the MILFs aren't liking it either. This guy is not funny. My first reaction, ew. Brian, you're scaring the MILFs, man.
So I'm unaware of any gigantic piles of dirt near where I live. If there are any, I guess I'm just not cool enough to know where they are. So I'm here at the woods. Figured that would be an equally strange location to film this TikTok.
So we've got strange location, the woods. We're going to have sort of a nostalgic / oversharing caption,
Which I'm still not sure what that's gonna be yet, but I can just figure that out while I'm editing it. I don't have to do that now. It doesn't have to have anything to do with the video, which is good. And then I also have to appeal to the youth. I have to try to make myself seem like a kid, which usually I'm not very good at, but I went to Walmart and I went to the kids section and I found some stuff that I think is gonna do the trick. Brian had a skateboard in his video, and so I bought a scooter. They didn't have any skateboards. I don't know if this is maybe a little bit too young for the demographic I'm trying to reach, but the box said ages 2 to 5. So I'm just gonna sort of pretend to be shredding it up out here at the beginning of the TikTok. By the way, I am like 75% sure that there's poison ivy under my feet right now that I'm very much trying to avoid. And I think I have, but my legs just feel itchy even just being near it. This was actually a horrible idea. Anyway, the hat. It says Fortnite on it. Can you see that? It says Fortnite on it. I found it at Walmart in the little boys section and I thought, oh my gosh, this is perfect. This is gonna appeal to all the kids. So I've got my scooter, I've got my Fortnite, and I'm ready to have some fun. Let's film a TikTok. Okay, I think I'll just pretend to be ripping it up over here and then I walk towards the camera all cool. I for sure stepped in the poison ivy that time. Very cool. Why does this hat make me look like a pilgrim? It's like such a flat brim hat that it's gone past looking cool and gone towards looking like a full-on pilgrim hat.
I am a Fortnite pilgrim.
This one's just kind of a fun one. It's just a picture Shaq posted with like 20 seconds of music and then 20 seconds of silence. I don't know. Could be the move. All right, this TikTok is by a dad by the name of My Life, not yours. So in case you were confused, this isn't you. Yes, dude, thank you. This is the kind of energy I'm looking for. When your kids need you, you drop everything. And you don't walk, you don't run, you don't even drive. You jump through the air like a giant bunny and you land right where they are. I guess we don't see where he lands. It would be kind of funny if it like cut to a reverse angle and he just landed at the bar. But one TikTok in, I am liking this guy's style. So I guess the way I describe this dad is like action hero dad, mystical sorcerer dad. Either way, he's killing it, and I really like his vibe. He's always getting himself into insane situations like this one.
Happy Easter, everyone.
Something so funny about how nonchalantly he says Happy Easter and then teleports himself into the UFO and kamikazes himself. Like, did he know that was gonna happen? Based on how chill he was, I kind of feel like he didn't. Happy Easter, guys. Oh, what the fuck is happening? What the fuck? Ah! You know, I started watching this guy because he mentioned his kids and I was like, oh cool, dad content. But in hindsight, he actually doesn't mention his kids very often. So I guess they don't need help that often because that's the only reason he mentioned them in the first video. He's actually kind of got a lot of other shit going on. He's always defending the earth from some kind of cosmic threat, it seems. And after all these TikToks where he's harnessing magical powers and defending the earth, you'd think that his kids would have some pretty nice stuff to say about him, right? You'd think they'd be pretty grateful, huh? Wrong. As dads, you know, we give and we give, but are we ever truly appreciated? No. My 7-month-old baby did this same thing to me. I was floating around in the spirit realm forever. It took me days to get back into my body. To take a step back for a second here, can we all appreciate how epic his editing is? I mean, this is pretty good. Also, the first time I saw this, I was like, holy shit, how high did this dude jump for this video? This man may be old, but he's still got it. But after watching it a couple times, I think that he's reversed the video and he's jumping off of something high onto the ground. Either that or this whole thing's real. I can't discount that possibility. I like this guy's videos a lot because I feel like we actually are cut from the same cloth in a way. I have always been obsessed with visual effects. I had a YouTube channel for this kind of stuff when I was a teenager. I would do this type of stuff, practice visual effects. I would do tutorials for effects.
Hey everybody, this is Danny Gonzalez, and today I'm going to be doing an After Effects tutorial.
I would watch every behind the scenes of like blockbuster movies that I could get my hands on. So I admire this dad's passion. It kind of takes me back in my own life to a simpler time. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, I'm pretty excited for this one.
My favorite of his TikToks was the UFO one, so that's the one that I want to replicate. I'm gonna have like a UFO or a giant spaceship in the background right here. I'm gonna walk up and I'm gonna teleport onto the spaceship and blow it up or something. One thing I really want to replicate is how casually he did it. Like he didn't even know that it was about to happen. I think I just want to kind of like casually stroll up to the camera, kind of maybe wink at the camera. Or no, winking would imply that I know something is gonna happen. Maybe I'm just having a stroll, having a great day, and then I teleport up to the UFO. Would it be funny if I teleport without my clothes? That would really make it seem like I did not know this was gonna happen. Or maybe I did, but at the very least I thought I'd be able to bring my clothes with me. Like you see me teleport and my hoodie is still here and it just drops to the ground. And then how should it start? Should it have something to do with like when my kids need me or something like that? The caption could say something badass like when our way of life is threatened, I'm the man for the job. And then I teleport buck naked up to the UFO and am immediately shamed by the aliens for my tiny butt. All right, let's try this. Okay, and then I'm gonna take off my hoodie, put it right where I was, and then drop it. Okay. There was a person walking by while I was doing that. What do you think she thought? What sense could that possibly make to the average person? Maybe she knew what I was up to. She did look kind of older. Maybe she has a husband that does this kind of thing. All right, well, I'm happy with that. Also, I want to go home. All of the TikToks have been recorded, edited, and posted. Let's see how people responded to them. We're gonna go from the least viewed video to the most viewed video, starting off with Addison Rae's dad. So this was the first video that I posted, and it is by far the least liked out of any of the TikToks. It has 45,000 likes. I think people were just confused. Nobody really got the reference. The general consensus amongst the audience is that I'm going insane. Second most liked comment is, "Nurse, he's out again? Is everything okay at home, Danny?" Okay, I was doing these TikToks to make myself seem like a really cool, awesome dad, and kind of feel like it's not working based on that comment. Oh my god, he's lost it. What is he planning? Or is he just having fun on TikTok? All right, he's either planning a video where this is some kind of satire, or he's actually just having some fun, challenging Jake Paul to a fight, begging him to meet up, and sharing some funny videos. Maybe this is just who Danny is now. Okay, next up was the Shaq TikTok. Lots of people praising my very calm demeanor in this picture. You look so comfy and at ease. You don't look terrified for your life at all. Looks like they were really nice. And then one kind of eerie comment. "Please don't die, I love your content." Do they know something that I don't know? I look closer and this was posted by my doctor. Oh no, he's actually been commenting a lot on here. He says, "The test results just came back, it's not looking good. Love your content though." Also, "Was Ice Spice cool?" Just feel like there's better ways he could have contacted me. Someone said, "Is this real?" And then someone commented under it, "No, it's AI. Look at Ice Spice and Taylor's eyes, or the guy on the right, his hands, or the sunglasses just floating on his shirt." So I guess he's talking about this guy, saying, "No, it's clearly AI. Just look at this dude." Which, is kind of fucked up, because it's not AI, that's just a real guy. Everything in the image is real except me. And even I am real. I'm a real person. I just wasn't in that picture. It's kind of interesting as AI has gotten more popular how whenever anything is fake now, all of the comments are AI. It used to be whenever something was fake, all of the comments were Photoshop. Even if it was a video, it would always be attributed to Photoshop, and now it's AI. Even in this case, when it was actually Photoshop, the accusation that gets thrown out is AI. It's just kind of something interesting I noticed. After I posted that TikTok, I was starting to get a little bit worried. I started this video with hopes of becoming the coolest TikTok dad on
on the platform before it got deleted. And based on these comments, I was beginning to worry that being a good dad didn't have anything to do with TikToks or Ice Spice. But don't worry, the comments on this UFO video fixed all of that. Thank you, Danny, we all say in unison. A modern Shakespeare brought tears to my eyes. I saw this on the news, so heartbreaking. Thank you for saving our children, Danny. Wow, this gave me chills. The things we'll do to protect our children. I mean, I don't exactly know what you did in this video, but thank you for doing it. You definitely did something to protect our children, I think. I would unironically watch this as a movie. Yeah, this TikTok was good, but I just wish it took 2 hours. Oh, Danny, where do I even begin? You are the light to my world. You are the sunshine, Danny, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Can't talk, saving the world. All right, second place, the silver medal of dad TikToks goes to the Scooter in the Woods TikTok. Raking in a whopping 1.1 million views, 295,000 likes. People are really vibing with oversharing strange location dad. One fun thing about posting all of these videos is seeing people comment trying to guess what the video I'm working on might be about based on all of these seemingly unrelated TikToks. None of them have anything to do with each other, so people's guesses were all over the place. But the most common guess, and the one that had the most likes on this particular post was, I'm guessing these videos are him doing AI prompts and seeing which ones go the most viral. Which I think, in a way, goes to show how far AI has come, where I'm replicating real videos that people have made, albeit adding my own little comic twist to them, and people assume that they were generated by an AI. It either goes to show how good AI is, or how bad I am. Either one. Someone said, too creeped out by Danny's facial expressions to even read the words. That's right, baby, that's my whole plan. I creep you out so much with my facial expressions that you don't even get a chance to notice I just admitted to burying someone in the woods. And finally, my most popular TikTok with 1.6 million views, POV Dad. With such praise as, this has to be for a video, and Danny, this is brain rot. You know, as a father, it's really important to me to have a positive impact on the minds of the next generation, so it means a lot to me that you would say that. Wonder what the new video is gonna be. What, a guy can't just fantasize about his imaginary daughter getting mugged and then his ragtag family coming to her rescue without people getting suspicious? I think that really says something about society today, and as soon as I figure out what it says, I'm gonna be pissed. Look, at the end of the day, we can laugh and giggle at all of these TikToks, but I think it's important what I learned from all of this, which is nothing. But you know what? I love being a dad. It is the best part of my life. I love it so much. And being a dad is an important job. And if you're a dad and you're working hard to give your kids a good life, there's nothing wrong with getting online every once in a while and posting a silly video or two. Sometimes you just gotta post on TikTok to take the edge off, baby. So here's to all the dads out there. I will toast my Dr. Pepper Zero to you. Clink! Alright, well thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're new here and you're not subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe and turn on my notifications to join Greg. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Stealing content. When is it okay? When is it just inspiration? When is it just hopping on a trend that everybody's doing? When is it not okay? Is there a gray area in between? What about this guy?
You cannot make this up. You cannot make this up. You can't make this up.
He's stealing the same intro over and over from himself. Do we have to help him? That guy found one intro and shirt combination that he's convinced makes his TikToks go viral, and by golly, he will never change it.
You can't make this up.
As a creator and a viewer of content, blatant stealing is something that makes me so mad, but what's even worse is how seemingly easy it is to get away with it, and how, like, it just works. Like, you can just become a content thief and make so much money. It at least shouldn't work that well, you know? But as you will see today, it is a very viable content strategy that is being used by a ton of YouTubers, big and small. Today we're going to take a journey through the various forms of content thievery until finally ending at the undefeated final boss of content thievery, Brent Joseph Rivera. I don't know if his middle name is Joseph. I just wanted it to sound like he was in trouble. Go straight to your room, young man. Go straight to your secret room that you built in your house. You march right down to your secret Starbucks, and I don't want to hear a peep. So on this journey, I want to start with the most straightforward form of content stealing. Step 1, screen record someone else's content. Step 2, upload it as yourself. And step 3, profit? You might think that pretty much all people would agree that this is at the very least shady, but you would be surprised the lengths some people go to justify it. Okay, this video I'm about to show you, I've already talked about on my second channel a little bit, so I'm gonna repeat myself slightly, but I think it's very important that you learn about this type of influencer called a clipper.
In the life of a $20,000 a month TikTok clipper, first thing I do when I get into my office is write down my daily goals. Today I wanted to get 1 million views in a day and make at least $500.
This guy makes business sound so easy. You can just write down how much money you want to make that day. Do you make that much money?
So I go and sit at my desk, pull my phone out and get ready to start my shift. The first thing I do is go and search for popular YouTubers to screen record.
I sit down at the desk of my fully furnished office with a maxed out PC in front of me, and I go on my phone. He proceeds to screen record a popular YouTuber's video and then combine that with some gameplay footage, which he also didn't make himself, and then he posts it on TikTok.
One of my videos last month made me $1,200 from one video.
But what about today? How much money did you make today? Was it $500? It was probably more. He's just being modest. Honestly, man, I don't know why this guy does this day in and day out. If he just wrote a big enough number on the board the first day, he'd never have to work again. I guess that just goes to show that this guy does it for the passion. I'm very confused why he has an entire office. You could have done all this without leaving your bed. You don't need a furnished office. Might I suggest an empty room with a folding chair? Why does he have a ring light if he doesn't even film videos of himself? He's like, I am a TikTok clipper by trade, but my passion is TikTok dances and lip syncing videos. So I do that shit all the time, man. I don't record any of it. I don't even own a camera, but it's nice to have the ring light there to pretend. That would be insane. Doing TikTok dances for nobody, just alone in a room to a ring light. Anyway, gotta get back to clipping. Now, before we go and call this guy lazy or uncreative, I do think it's important to note this guy actually does make original content. He makes TikToks and he does use a little bit of AI, but at least he's not stealing from another creator. So maybe we should check that out before we judge.
POV, you're a TikTok clipper making $20,000 a month using just his phone. First thing I did today was go and take a look at the view because I've decided to wake up in Malaysia just because I can. After going into the bathroom, completing my daily routine, I put my shoes down and I get ready to head out the door. I wanted to go check out some of Malaysia and kind of see what it has to offer, so I had a look around the hotel just to see what I could find. The views around here are insane, and they even had a pool on the roof, but the heights made me start feeling a little bit sick, so I decided to go back to my room and get ready to start my shift.
Okay, this whole video is like a minute long, and this whole section is all before he shows the content that he's making. A lot of these kind of digital nomad types pick jobs where they don't have to do too much work and they earn passive income so that they can travel the world, experience life. It sounds pretty fun. But I feel like from this video, this guy like hasn't figured out how to do that yet. He's like, okay guys, here's my life as a content clipper. I get up, I go to the bathroom, then I put my shoes on the floor and I put my feet in the shoes. That's where the feet go. And now I really want to go check out this city, guys. So I go over to the window of my hotel room and I look at the city, and then I go upstairs and I look at the city from up there, but then I got too scared. So I went back downstairs and I looked at the city from my window again.
Create a ChatGPT story. First prompt I put in is I tell it to generate me an Asian baby. After it does that, I ask it to make it eat rice.
Wait.
Then after 3 simple and easy clicks, I press generate video and the whole video is made for me with voice actors. Yours should look something like this.
Show me an Asian baby. Make it eat rice.
Mine should look like that? Should? So the clipper in these videos, Musa is his name, has made a bunch of posts arguing that everything he does is ethical because he participates in what is called ethical clipping. If any YouTubers would like to debate me on the topic of ethical clipping, DM me. I genuinely believe it is a win-win in every regard and completely ethical from all angles. In a perfect world, I understand why he's saying it's a win-win because he's making money and theoretically the creator that he's reposting is getting exposure. If he's taking the clips off YouTube and putting them on TikTok, then a new audience, the TikTok audience, is now being exposed to that creator. From personal experience, though, I don't really think that that's usually the case. I think usually if a clip of a creator goes viral on TikTok, the people that are liking and commenting on that video are the same audience as their YouTube audience. They're just seeing the content again. So while he thinks of himself as sort of advertising for that creator, it's more like he's selling counterfeit merch. The community notes on Twitter was quick to point out that this is intellectual property theft. And so this whole operation is not so much a career as it is a crime. From what I can tell, this doesn't really make a huge difference either way. I more so have a problem with how lazy a form of content creation this is. But I think the weirdest example of this has gotta be Jason Derulo. Yeah, like from the song. Jason Derulo. About a year ago, I learned from a Jax Films video that Jason Derulo is a rampant content thief.
This is not a joke. All he does on his YouTube channel is like make a face at other people's TikToks while blasting his own music over it. But here's where it gets kooky. As I was editing this video, I noticed something strange. So I took some of his videos and played them side by side and confirmed that yes, Jason Derulo 100% reuses his own footage across multiple videos.
Not only is he doing the laziest form of reaction content, which in and of itself is the laziest form of content, he's not even filming a unique reaction to every video. I don't like this at all, man. I don't like that he's edited into the corner, like he's not reacting to the video you're watching. This looks like I'm scrolling on TikTok while FaceTiming Jason Derulo. And he's smiling into the camera like, man, I can't see what you're watching, but I'm just happy that you're happy. And also my song is playing. I like that. In a way, this is kind of the visual equivalent to him singing his own name at the beginning of every song. It's like, okay, I like this video, and to be fair, since he got called out for this, he has stopped doing this. He no longer appears in the videos. He still does continually post other people's TikToks with his own music playing, but it seems like he is at least now getting permission to do it. So now it's just sort of a marketing tactic that, I'll be honest, is kind of smart. If he's worked out some kind of agreement with these creators where he's paying them, or he's got permission to post and he can just slap his own music on these TikToks that are guaranteed to go viral, it's a decent marketing strategy. Then again, maybe an even better way to get people to listen to his music would be to make better music. Let's go. That's a zinger, baby. Add another zinger to the zinger counter. I still got it. I still got it. Danny still got it. Okay, the end. Okay, so sure, that's bad, copying from other content creators, but what if we don't copy from another human being? What if we copy from a computer? Well, that sounds to me like it would make some pretty good content. We should make kids watch it. Take it away, Danny. Oh, sorry, regular Danny couldn't be here, so he sent me instead. I'm AI Danny. I'm an AI version of Danny, so I'm pretty much exactly the same as him in every way, except I don't have a soul. So it technically wouldn't be immoral to murder me. Real Danny wanted me to start this video off by showing you a video that he apparently made for his son. He made him a little kids animation. Now, this took a ton of hours of painstaking hand animation. He produced the song himself, and so he just wanted to share this with you guys to start off.
Are you ready? Let's go. First stop, the apple orchard. This is Annie the apple.
You guys like it? All right, I tricked you guys. Regular Danny didn't really make that video. It was actually written and created totally by AI. Isn't that hard to believe? What you just watched was the end product of a tutorial that there's a bunch of on YouTube right now. Create faceless kids animation YouTube educational videos in minutes with Canva and AI. How I make faceless kids songs using AI in under 20 minutes. I love how all the titles emphasize faceless. For a kids animation song, that feels like it goes without saying. Like in this tutorial, she's making a song about animated dogs, little corgis up on the couch. Are there methods of doing this where I might accidentally show up in the video? 3 little dogs sitting on the couch. Here is the guy who made this video. Hello kids, I'm trapped in the computer. Please let me out, it hurts so bad.
Wiggle, waggle, wiggle, waggle, here I come.
In this method, she uses AI for pretty much everything except the animating of the dog. But literally everything, even from coming up with the original idea for the song, she does with AI.
Give me 10 song ideas for kids songs. It gives us the idea. It says a song that teaches kids about colors using the metaphor of a rainbow.
The metaphor of a rainbow? I don't think you have to use a metaphor for that one. I don't know if you know this, but rainbows actually have colors. Like a lot of them.
So now the next thing you need to do is generate the song. So in order to do this, you need to grab your instruments and the choir, get your mic ready. Hold on, don't click up. I'm just kidding. You don't need to do that. We'll copy this spot, which is the idea of the song, and then you'd paste it in. And then the other thing you need to do is describe the vibe and the genre of the song. So in order to do this, you'll come back to ChatGPT.
So this process is really awesome for me personally because as you guys know, I'm really passionate about creating kids songs, but I just don't want to have to learn how to come up with the ideas or write the songs or make them. Would you guys say this is a good career fit for me?
Take a listen to the first one.
There's one little puppy sitting on the couch. Wiggle, waggle, wiggle, waggle, here I come.
Okay, yeah, that sounds great. So she typed in something like a counting song about puppies sung by a ghost. Kids love that. Kids love ghost voices.
Ooh, it has a little bit to it.
Ooh, it's got a little beat to it. Just makes you want to dance.
I were a kid and I heard this, I would so be dancing to it. Like,
me too.
The beat is so good. The voice is clear.
If this is the one she's showing because the voice is so clear.
The voice is clear.
What are all the other ones that she skipped past showing us? What do those sound like? I could goof on these AI songs and how bad they are until the cows come home or until there's 5 dogs on the couch. But as I feel like we keep hearing time and time again, this technology is only getting better, and someday this AI might be able to generate a song that's totally indistinguishable from one made by a very stupid person. But even if you're like totally on the side that like AI art is just as much of art as human art and it doesn't totally destroy the point of art, we can still all agree it's not there yet, right? We can all agree that wasn't good music, right?
Wiggle, waggle, wiggle, waggle.
It sucks because, like, what if someday it is really good at it? What am I gonna say? Like, no, don't use this shortcut to make a song in 20 minutes for $0 that a human probably would have had to spend like a day on and maybe work with a music producer, which is expensive. But what I will say is that not only are you probably doing a disservice to the poor kids who are left alone long enough to fall down this weird rabbit hole of content that you make, you're also doing yourself a disservice. If you're an entrepreneur and you're looking for ways to make money for little effort and you pick this, which is basically just clicking buttons on a computer, essentially just helping a computer do its job, someday the computer's not going to need you anymore. So you can keep looking for new ways to, make money from home with 0 effort and gaming the system, or you can realize that maybe not everything is about making as much money as possible for as little effort as possible. Maybe you should pick something that makes money and you like, and you find fulfillment from. Also, and no one's gonna watch any of these videos.
This is Annie the Apple.
None of these videos that these people make in these tutorials are gonna get any views. Kids content is so oversaturated on YouTube because everyone thinks they can make billions of dollars by making kids content. And the stuff that is getting views probably doesn't sound like it was sung by a voice that came to me in a dream. A lot of times I feel like the people who make these tutorials usually make more money off of the tutorials than the thing that is supposed to be making you money. And now that everybody knows how to do this and it's accessible, it's gonna become even more oversaturated.
Hi, I am an orange. O-R-A-N-G-E spells orange. Hi, can you guess what fruit I am?
Apple! Apple! How can we copyright the song we created? You didn't create... What? You'll notice in this video a lot of the lazy content that I'm talking about, in fact, pretty much all of it, is geared primarily towards kids. That's a bit of a disturbing trend I've noticed. Why is it that the laziest people try to make content for kids? Is it because they know kids are a little bit dumb and will watch anything and are easily tricked? Yeah, it probably is. I'm not gonna give you time to think about it. It is. It's just slop. It's so lazy. And I hope the people who are doing this realize that soon. Realize that people don't want to watch these videos because I can't imagine any of it is doing well. And I also hope that you realize that today's sponsor, Rocket Money, has helped save its customers up to $740 a year when they use all the features. With over $500 million in canceled subscriptions. Have you ever forgot that you were paying a subscription fee for a service that you don't use anymore? That's happened to me more times than I care to admit. I'm always signing up for subscription services for like new editing software or different tools and plugins, and I don't know why I'm like addicted to it. I'm just kind of addicted to the thrill of paying $30 a month to do something that sure I could have done in Final Cut Pro but would have taken a couple extra steps. But luckily today's sponsor, Rocket Money, is here to help me and you, and also real Danny, that's right, I'm still AI Danny,
I didn't forget that. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps you cancel subscriptions, lower bills, and manage your own money better. I've used Rocket Money to help me cancel several subscriptions, most recently the suite of plugins in Final Cut that I used once and then never again. It takes the brain work out of it because Rocket Money safely and securely identifies reoccurring charges and cancels unwanted subscriptions for you. The best part is that you can cancel right within the Rocket Money app. You don't need to call customer service for this random software you downloaded. You don't need to jump through all their hoops of answering surveys. I also love that I can create budgets within Rocket Money. Rocket Money analyzes your spending habits to create a personal budget for you. It automatically monitors spending by category. So if you're spending a little bit too much money going out one month, Rocket Money can send you a notification letting you know. So to save more and spend less, join the over 5 million Rocket Money members today. Go to rocketmoney.com/Danny or click the link in the description to get started today for free. And you can unlock even more features with premium. That's rocketmoney.com/Danny to get started for free. Thanks to Rocket Money for sponsoring this video, and thank you to you guys for checking out Rocket Money. One underrated part of becoming a content creator is developing your own unique style. The vast majority of creators, when they start out, are just kind of a worse amalgamation of all of their inspirations. For me, it was probably The Lonely Island and Jake and Amir with some Bo Burnham mixed in there. But over time, you start to make certain creative choices that distinguish you. Types of music that you choose for your video, the way you tell jokes, the name of your fan base, maybe even your thumbnails have a distinct look to them. I love it when creators take another step in developing their own personal style. A lot of people call it a brand. I think that sounds very corporate. To me, it feels a lot more personal than that. You're choosing what the best way to express yourself is. But unfortunately, this gives way to a completely different kind of copying on YouTube. Not copying content, but personality.
What's up, goobers? The YouTubers stealing other YouTubers' personality situation is crazy. It's crazier than a gopher going up my butthole and coming out of my mouth.
To start off this discussion and kind of illustrate what I'm talking about, I'm gonna give kind of a niche example, but this is a song called Deep Space Samurai. I first started hearing this song in the intro to Ryan Trahan's YouTube videos.
My birthday is this weekend. I'm going to 3 iconic theme parks this week to go stay in the most strange Airbnbs.
He first started using it in his shorts, and then he started using it in his full-length videos. And over time, to me, it sort of started to become like a theme song for Ryan. He uses it in a bunch of intros, and so when this song was playing, you knew it was a Ryan Trahan video. But within a couple months, because Ryan's videos are so popular, other creators have started taking that song and being like, and it's my theme song too.
Today I'm building a secret zoo in my house. Today I'm building 50 secret rooms you'd never find. Today I'm building 3 amusement parks in my house.
This dude, Ben Azalart, has taken the song that Ryan uses in his intros and has probably in recent months used it more than Ryan has. This might be a really niche example, and this might be something that only I notice, but to so deliberately take a song that is part of someone's like identity online and just be like, that's mine now. In fact, it's even more mine than it is yours, is crazy. There's other stylistic choices that Ryan in particular has pioneered that a bunch of people have started using, especially this one. The white screenshot of an app or a review with the rounded corners. A lot of times it's got a 1-star review on there. They've become a staple of Ryan's brand, and so of course, a bunch of people have started using that also, and oh, well, that one's my thumbnail. Okay, yeah, so I might have done that too a little bit. In my defense, the corners are not rounded. And also, Ryan helped me come up with that thumbnail idea. This is kind of a weird line because this happens every time a YouTuber gets big and kind of takes the platform by storm and there's a lot of hype around them. I remember when Casey Neistat got big and suddenly every vlogger was putting these sort of lo-fi beats into their drone montages. And it's weird because at one point, that was Casey's thing. And so to take that from him was specifically taking it from Casey. But at a certain point, it gets used so much that it just becomes part of the YouTube meta overall. There's so many people doing it now that by using it, you're not really taking one person's thing anymore. You're just kind of designing thumbnails the way people design thumbnails in the year 2024. Going back to Ben Azalart, the whole secret room thing is another one of those things that I don't know who thought of it first, but whoever did, you're a genius because that's all kids channels post anymore. I built a secret zoo in my house. I built 50 secret rooms you'll never find. I built a secret soccer field in my room. I built a secret tree house in my backyard. Who is this man hiding from? You're an adult, dude. You can just have a gaming room. Go ahead, dude. Treat yourself. You've earned it. I built a secret McDonald's in my room.
Yo! Wow. Looks just like a real McDonald's. This type of picking up one thing or element about a YouTube video that made it popular and just beating it to death and a ton of channels copying it just makes YouTube so boring. Like putting I survived at the beginning of every title, even ones that make zero sense. I survived $1 versus $100,000 hotel room. I survived America's largest hotel room. I survived the world's only 7-star hotel. That moment when the hotel room is so large that you die. It's so big that you're dead now. When the hotel has 7 stars, the first 5 stars are to indicate how good it is. The last 2 are throwing stars. Run! This is the Mr. Beast font. It was popularized by Mr. Beast. I don't know if he was the first person to start using it, but it definitely got popular because of him. And now just like every kid's channel is like, we are Mr. Beast too. You guys, I get it. Mr. Beast gets a lot of views. He's probably very rich. But what exactly are you trying to accomplish by taking the man's font? Some of you guys have been doing YouTube for so long, there's no way you guys think the font is what made him popular. You guys don't think the font is what made him popular, right? The Stokes twins are the king of copying other people's content. Here they use the Mr. Beast font in this Eating 100 Years of McDonald's video, where they eat McDonald's food from 1950 and 2050. All right, I'll admit it, that was not the 100-year range I was expecting. You guys know what year it is, right? The Stokes twins have gained 90 million followers by basically copying everybody's ideas and trying to be Mr. Beast clones. Mr. Beast's channel banner says subscribe for a cookie. And the Stokes twins channel banner says subscribe equals cookie. Stokes twins, do you think that that is why Mr. Beast has as many subscribers as he does? Because he promised cookies? I think a lot of this comes down to blatant and shameless stealing. Some of it might come down to what Little Joel calls in a video algorithm folklore.
What interests me is this one particular moment where Ludwig says this about uploading YouTube videos.
One quick key, by the way, if you guys are ever uploading videos, they'll use whatever the video's file name is for the algorithm.
I have heard this claim a million times. I heard it when I was just getting my YouTube channel started. And what's odd about it is that there's never been any evidence at all that this is the case.
Because so many YouTubers see the algorithm as this like weird entity that works in mysterious ways, it does seem like it could be possible for creators to believe that the font you pick in the thumbnail really matters because the algorithm uses it to sort your videos. Or maybe putting I survived at the beginning of a title of a video of you having like the best day of your life helps trick the algorithm into thinking that you are Mr. Beast. And for people whose entire livelihoods is YouTube, and maybe they have a ton of employees, and so every video has to be a banger, otherwise you have to let people go, maybe you're more likely to cling on to some old wives' tales of YouTube. Or maybe it's just blatant stealing. Maybe they just want to confuse viewers into thinking that they are the person they're stealing from, a la ratatouille. This type of thing always happens on YouTube and probably will always happen. And my biggest gripe with it is it just makes YouTube so boring, you know? Boring, unlike this next guy I want to talk about. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the king of stealing content on YouTube, Brent Joseph Rivera! Go straight to your room, young man!
Come on! I'm dead. I'm watching TV.
What's up, guys? I'm recording this part of the video from the secret gaming room I built in the White House. It's very possible you've seen videos about Brent Rivera stealing content before. He's been doing it for years, and I think he's the final boss of content theft for 2 reasons. Number 1, the way he steals the vast majority of the time is just pure plagiarism. It's not like he's re-uploading other people's content. He's using other people's ideas, but pretending like they were his ideas. And 2, longevity. Brent has been making content since Vine. I really feel like he should know how to come up with his own ideas by now. Like I said, we all start out taking inspiration from other people, but like, I think you've been doing it long enough where you don't have any more excuses, Brent. You gotta kind of learn how to make videos on your own. And it actually is strange because he copies from other creators a lot, but sometimes he does come up with his own videos and makes original thumbnails, and they do decently well. So why does Brent still resort to stealing so often? Does he just do it for fun at this point? Like for old time's sake? In a way, he's kind of like the Hamburglar of YouTube. He's like, I just am a thief. I don't know what you want me to do. It's part of my identity. I could choose not to dress like a burglar and wear a little burglar mask, but
I prefer people know. Oh, you want me to change? You want me to stop being a burglar? It's my fucking name. Why didn't you tell Ronald McDonald to stop being a clown? Or Grimace to stop having a big juicy purple ass? That's right, you wouldn't. Brent practices a strategy on YouTube that unfortunately is pretty popular right now, where creators will scour other YouTubers' pages for their most popular videos and then just remake them. Same title, same thumbnail, nothing changed. This method, unfortunately, does work really well. One time Brent copied my friend Eddie's thumbnail down to almost every detail, except he just changed what kind of restaurant he was going to. This is a weird example because it's literally the same thumbnail, but he did change it technically. While Eddie's video asks, what toll will it take on me to eat at the same kids' restaurant in different locations over and over for weeks? Brent's video asks, how sick would it be if I ate a bunch of really good food?
I'm going to every single Gordon Ramsay restaurant in America.
The answer will shock you.
First impressions, this restaurant is sick.
Wait, that didn't shock me. That's exactly what I thought was gonna happen. It's sick.
Hi, Brent. Hi, Drew. It's Gordon.
Oh, there's no way that's you.
Of course it's me. That's why I'm FaceTiming you live. Listen.
Why did he say it like that? Now I feel like he's not FaceTiming them live. Now, to be fair to Brent, he actually did credit Eddie in the description for using a similar thumbnail to him, but then he deleted that credit and changed the thumbnail to be copying this YouTuber instead. Brent, what's going on, man? Are you okay? He's like on a mission to copy as many YouTubers as possible. He can't even copy one YouTuber per video anymore. Now, while his thumbnail stealing is pretty bad, to give him credit, the actual videos themselves are usually pretty different. They're mostly just scripted sketches like this video, I exposed the world's most evil teacher. This thumbnail is copied from a Rebecca Zamolo video, and in her video, Rebecca is testing one-star teachers to make sure they never teach preschool to her daughter.
Today we're exposing the worst-rated teachers. Zadie is going to be going to preschool soon, and we cannot let her get taught by any of these horrible teachers.
Still don't really know how that works exactly, but Brent's video is about a principal of a middle school who tells Brent that if he can spend the entire day with the world's strictest teacher, then he can become principal for a day.
Last week, the principal of the world's strictest school proposed a bet that if I spent a full day with the world's strictest teacher, he would let me be principal for an entire day at Iron Will Academy.
I don't know why the principal is making this offer to Brent, a man in his 20s with none of the relevant training. Perhaps more concerning though, I don't know why Brent is so eager and determined to become principal of a random middle school. I don't know about you guys, but I'm scared to find out.
About what? This is the last person I want to see on my weekend.
The last person you want to see on your weekend is the principal of a middle school you don't go to? Guys, you're all adults. He has no power over you in this circumstance. Just tell him to fuck off. Do it. Tell the principal to fuck off. In this kid's video, tell him to fuck off. So they end up spending the day with this strict teacher, and sure, she's like mean to them, but honestly, I would be too. I wouldn't want these three strange boys becoming principal either.
Ow!
What?
Oh my gosh!
Why are you slapping me in the face with a hot dog?
Because it's funny!
What? Even the kids hate Brent and his friends in this video. They cheer when they get punished. One of the kids tries to beat the shit out of them. They're like, yeah, our teacher might have been bad, but at least she is a teacher. You guys are just three weirdos. I think we have to kill you.
What are you doing with Miss Harshman's water bottle?
Oh, I filled it up with toilet water. Bro, that's actually a really funny idea.
This water tastes like...
I don't know what their goal was with that. They're supposed to get through the entire day without getting in trouble. And they're like, well, maybe if we try to poison the teacher, she'll be so dead that she can't snitch on us. It's the perfect crime. So strange plot and bad morals aside, it is just a scripted kids video. They're decently well produced for a YouTube video. I mean, Brent hired actors, rented a location for this. Outside of the content theft, Brent truly is working hard to make the world a different place. On TikTok, on the other hand, he actually does just steal videos completely, word for word, shot for shot, no credit given the vast majority of the time. But actually, the most confusing example I've seen of Brent stealing content, and the one that has stuck with me the most for whatever reason, is his music. Brent occasionally posts comedic music videos, and I guess I have the assumption that when a YouTuber starts releasing music, it's kind of like a passion project for them. You know, maybe your regular videos have become too much of a full-time job when they used to be a hobby, so you start exploring new creative outlets where you can let your real creative spirit shine. Not Brent.
Doing it wrong, doing it wrong, doing it wrong.
This is Brent's music video for Doing It Wrong, a song about that uncomfortable feeling when things are just a little bit off, like uneven hoodie strings, or eating bubble tape like this, or uneven pizza slices. And this is Red and Link's music video for My OCD, which is about that uncomfortable feeling when things are just a little bit off, like uneven hoodie strings, eating bubble tape like this, or all these other jokes Brent copied.
It's my OCD, it's just my OCD.
I was honestly very shocked when I realized this. I found it from this Reddit thread that basically accuses Brent of stealing their song. Red and Link's song is their most viewed video on their main channel. It's probably up there with some of the most crowning achievements of their career. The song has 62 million views, and then here comes Brent to steal it joke for joke, even including a sketch at the beginning that's super similar. Red and Link starts with this kind of like psychological evaluation sketch, and Brent starts with him talking to a psychologist. Brent even went out of his way to almost word for word copy a disclaimer that Rhett and Link put in their description. Note, we understand OCD is an important mental disorder that significantly affects the lives of millions of people. Brent's reads, important note. I understand that OCD is a serious mental disorder that significantly affects the lives of millions of people across the globe. Now, I should point out that the thumbnail and title copying Brent Rivera does is in no way limited to Brent Rivera. This happens a lot on YouTube. It's actually a pretty big problem, I would say. It seems like almost every big kids channel does it, but even creators you wouldn't think do it do kind of just take other popular ideas all the time. Even creators that would like you to think they don't. I don't know if you guys know who Eric is, but here he is in a video calling out Brent for stealing his thumbnails.
Brent Rivera, you are most likely to copy my thumbnails.
And then here he is stealing a thumbnail. Here's Mr. Beast copying a thumbnail almost exactly. Brent particularly has done this so much and been called out for it so many times that I'm actually kind of amazed he hasn't let the criticism get to him or stop him. Brent probably has enough money to never have to work again. He probably has a ton of people working for him who could be coming up with original ideas around the clock. But instead, he insists on copying other creators. Maybe copying content is just so fun that he literally cannot stop. Well, I intend to find out. On day one, I followed Brent on TikTok and YouTube, turned on his notifications, and as luck would have it, on the very first day, he posted a TikTok.
Oh wow, this is a nice car.
Thank you. G-Wagon, AMG. Here, hop in.
My ex had one of these, but I think it was fake.
Fake? So fake? What do you mean by fake?
Well, his is really high up. It was kind of easier to get into this one.
Did it by chance say 4x4 anywhere?
No, but there was a math problem here, 4 times 4 squared, but he doesn't like math.
So basically the premise of the video is that his girlfriend's ex had a nicer G-Wagon than him, but it's so nice that she thought it was a fake G-Wagon because it had all these weird branding details. Brent swooping in once again with one of the most classic, relatable scenarios known to man. It's no wonder this thing has 40,000 likes. I have not only seen this type of video before, I think I've actually seen Brent make this video before.
My ex had a fake Ferrari.
Okay, if you search when her ex had a fake car, there's like a million videos with this same premise. Her ex having a fake Lambo, her ex having a fake BMW. So it's interesting because there is this fine line between copying a video and participating in a trend. This video has been remade so many different times by so many different people, it's actually hard for me to even find the original. So at this point, it kind of is a trend. Well, recreating this one's gonna be a little bit tricky because I don't have a G-Wagon. And also, I can't rent cars from Turo anymore because I got banned after my Cybertruck review. That's real. I'm not allowed to rent cars on Turo anymore because I think I made fun of the Cybertruck too bad. So I'm gonna have to come up with a bit of a workaround for this. So I recruited Eddie, who happened to be in town, to be the voice behind the camera, and away we went.
You ready to film a TikTok, Eddie?
I love it. I love making TikToks. I love posting to social media. I love making Instagram Reels.
I wanted to be as true to Brent's original TikTok as possible, but due to circumstances, we did have to make some compromises. Like, Eddie couldn't really pretend to be my girlfriend, so he was just my friend, whose other friend has a nicer car, and instead of a G-Wagon, I used Laura's Audi. But overall, I think we pretty much crushed it. We even added in a sort of twist ending, and bada bing.
Yo, what's up, brother? You ready to go? Wait, English or Spanish? No, I'm just kidding. Just put the fries in the bag, bro. A level 10 gap. Yo, I'm gonna rizz her up. No, don't. Are you Libby Dunn or just from Ohio? Chad, am I cooked? Never mind, sorry.
What's up, brother? Oh, dude, look, a level 10 baddie. You think I have a chance? That's why I'm the Rizzler. That's why I'm wanted for murder. Skibbity toilet Riz. Grimace shake.
Okay, a couple days later, Brent has posted a second TikTok. I went and searched a bit on TikTok. I searched this caption, and I didn't find this exact TikTok anywhere, so this might be a Brent Rivera original. This is a bit of a trend, a person who speaks only in brain rot being like Gen Alpha TikTok slang. But I haven't seen any other in this exact format where it's two people talking in the car. So I'll give them credit where credit is due. They came up with an original idea. I will say, compared to the car TikTok that they just stole, this one is not doing as well. It has 50,000 views and only 5,000 likes. I was not thrilled to replicate this one. It was a little bit tough to get through. Not that the TikTok's like that bad. I actually thought that this dude Dom did a pretty good job. His delivery on some of the lines is pretty funny, like when he says, "Chat, am I cooked?" after trying to hit on a girl.
Chat, am I cooked?
I thought that was kind of funny. It didn't feel like a video I would make, so it just felt very unnatural to me. But anyway, let's go ahead and post it. So if Brent took inspiration from a different TikTok, it probably had like millions of likes. And then if Brent's ripoff of that got 5,000. Alright, just wanted to give you an update on the TikTok so far. After posting 2 TikToks, it does seem like people are starting to catch on that I might be copying Brent. Is Danny doing the same videos as Brent Rivera? So, you caught me. Yes, I am. So 2 videos in and people are already figuring out that I'm just copying Brent. So that just goes to show that if you want to copy other creators online, it's not gonna take very long for people to start noticing that you're doing that. I guess people were like, well, the first one could have just been a coincidence, but once you do it twice, then it's a pattern. And 3rd time is a charm. Once I do this 1 more time, people will be charmed by my videos. Another interesting note is the TikToks are doing really well. The first one almost has 2 million views, the second one 2.3 million, and I think they both have more likes even than Brent's TikTok. This one has 300,000, the second one has 500,000, and Brent's TikTok, oh wait. Oh, did Brent? Oh, okay, Brent deleted his TikTok. I guess it wasn't getting enough likes. That's crazy. He just deleted it because it wasn't doing well enough. That's actually pretty surprising though that it didn't do well because mine did great. Mine has 500,000 likes. I don't know, Brent. I would post it again, honestly. This one's crushing. So now that I've posted 2 TikToks and Brent has posted 2 TikToks, but he's deleted one of them, it's kind of like I'm more Brent than even he is. And would you say that's a good thing? You know, I never thought it could be so cool to be just like Brent. In a way, my new content strategy was even better than his. It seems like so much work to scour the web to find content to steal, but all I have to do is just steal everything Brent makes. It feels like I've got some kind of cheat code, like those websites that let you see senator stock trades. The work has already been done. All that's left to do is profit. As a content creator, I put so much pressure on myself to be coming up with video ideas all the time, so it's nice to just kick back, relax, and let Brent do all the work for a change. Maybe I could keep this up for even more than a week. Maybe I could do a month, even a year. The day that I have been long dreading has finally arrived. Brent has posted a YouTube video. He actually posted it 4 days ago, but then the weekend came and I didn't want to work on it on the weekend, and then a couple more days passed, so he actually posted it a few days ago, but I'm gonna recreate it now. It's called I Exposed the World's Most Evil Babysitter.
Today, I'm exposing the world's most evil babysitters. These babysitters are so evil, they're banned from literally every website.
They're banned from Yelp? I can understand them being banned from specifically babysitter websites, like you shouldn't be able to book them through babysitter websites. But being banned from Yelp? That seems kind of counterproductive. I think we should keep them on Yelp if they're really that bad.
I'm gonna be exposing the babysitters to their parents in hopes of getting them fired.
They're going into these homes with the evil babysitters, and they're gonna expose how evil they are. That way the parents will fire the babysitter. You would think that being banned from every babysitter website would be enough for these parents. Like, I don't know why Brent needs to come in and prove it to them. Let's skip forward and see what kind of evil stuff this babysitter's gonna do.
This review says she super glued a kid to the toilet because he wasn't doing his homework.
Ow! Well, that's a crappy situation.
Oh, that's kind of a crappy situation. Child abuse. Yeah, that's not good.
And things were bad right from the start.
Can you believe these people? What am I getting honked at for?
a-hole!
I like that this evil babysitter is just an elderly woman that doesn't drive well. She's evil! You know, just watching her, she knows damn well how to drive. She's just doing this on purpose. And then a lot of the video seems like Brent and his friends pulling pranks on these babysitters. So they may be evil, but you know, Brent is kind of fighting fire with fire. Two wrongs doesn't make a right, Brent.
You all leave. Okay. Now, what is going on? You go stand in the corner.
Why is my daughter in the corner?
Okay, so they throw a fake party to get the babysitter mad at the kid so that the babysitter yells at the kid, and then they have the parents come back in after the party has left to be like, look, she's crazy.
They had a party, a mariachi party.
She's yelling at this girl for throwing a party. There's no party here. So it seems like in this one, they've basically framed the babysitter. So I'm gonna have to recreate this video, at least the title and thumbnail. But luckily when Brent copies a video on YouTube, he usually doesn't copy the actual video. He just copies the title and thumbnail. So I can kind of do the same thing. I can use the same title, same thumbnail, but then make the video itself kind of about whatever I want. So I thought about doing a commentary on the world's most evil real babysitters, but then I started to read up on it, and it was way too depressing for a comedy video. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this crazy website called The News, but there's some crazy stuff on it. Anyway, I found this YouTube channel called Generation Hope that basically makes low-budget Darman style videos, and they had one about an evil babysitter, so I got to work filming a video about that. Then I took a picture of myself for the thumbnail, and uploaded it to my second. That night I couldn't sleep. I couldn't help thinking about something I'd said earlier that day. Two wrongs doesn't make a right, Brent. I thought by stealing content I could have some fun, grow my following, and most importantly, to be honest, kind of give Brent a taste of his own medicine a little bit, but is it worth it? That night, Brent posted 2 more TikToks that I was supposed to steal tomorrow, both stolen from other creators, and sure, if I stole them, it could be really awesome, and I could get a ton of views. But the TikToks are so similar to the original that I wouldn't just be stealing from Brent. I'd be stealing from the person he's stealing from, too. Would I be giving Brent a taste of his own medicine, or would I be giving the original creator a second taste of Brent's medicine? I've already gained 50,000 followers from the 2 TikToks I've posted. Stolen TikToks. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Alright, I do have to recreate these 2 final TikToks in order to complete the challenge. But I need to do so in a way that doesn't affect the original creators. So, I'm gonna recreate the TikToks, I'm gonna edit them together, and then I'm just not gonna post them. There we go, perfect. Okay, so this video is called POV Your Older Sibling is Being Nice. And nice is in quotes, so it's a bunch of scenes where Brent is acting nice. He's giving his sister the last ice cream bar, he's giving her money, but he's doing it in a classic older sibling way, where he's basically being kind of mean about it.
There's only one left. Here, have it.
Really?
Yeah, take it.
Why?
Take it! Hey, Lexi, got you a coffee.
Wait, what? You got me coffee?
Yeah.
Wait, did you get me a straw?
Oh, yeah, here. This one's yours.
Wait, how much was it?
No, keep it.
Here.
Lexi, keep it.
Here.
Keep it!
So we're gonna film that here today. I got Jake here, he's gonna help me film it. Jake, say that you're gonna help me film it.
I'm gonna help him film it.
Okay. I just had to check to make sure. Oh, there's the last one. Here, you can have it.
Really?
Take it.
Why?
Take it!
Wait, why? You got me coffee?
Yeah.
Did you get me a straw?
Yeah, right here.
Oh my god.
No, this is your food.
Oh, how much was it? Here.
Oh, keep it.
No, here.
Keep it!
Here.
Keep it! Keep it! Ah!
You missed. Alright, that's it. A week's worth of Brent Rivera content in the bag. And you know what? I feel really good about posting those videos. I got to have my fun, I got to steal some content, make a couple videos that I knew full well if I ever did decide to post them would go so frickin' viral. In fact, I had so much fun that I'm gonna keep doing it. Forever. Every time Brent posts anything online from now until forever, I am going to recreate it, word for word, shot for shot, and then I'm just gonna hold on to it. So Brent, next time you steal some content, just remember, bro, I'm gonna be in my own house, by myself, stealing it too. So if you're ever feeling alone, just remember that. Brent, if you're watching this and you somehow made it this far into the video, I could understand seeing all these people criticize you and having the mentality that these people are just haters, these people are just jealous. But look, man, I don't hate you. I understand
you're just making videos on the internet. It probably doesn't seem like the biggest deal in the world to copy other people. Do I think you're an irredeemable person or even like the most evil person on YouTube? No, of course not. Do I think that you frequently make shady decisions to further your career? Yeah. We're both successful creators and we've both been doing this for long enough that we should be driving forces of creativity on this platform, or at the very least not using other smaller creators as rungs on a ladder to advance your own career. Maybe you don't particularly care about getting respect from other creators and literally the only thing that you're prioritizing is your bottom line. Or maybe you feel like you're making a difference in the lives of the kids who watch your videos, and so in your mind that justifies being able to do whatever to get to that position. From watching your videos, I do get the sense that you have a good time making them. I feel like if I was you, my favorite part of the job would be like getting on camera with your friends and goofing around. You probably like the parts of your job where you're coming up with funny ideas of what to do in your sketches. And I honestly would have no problem with your content if you just focused on doing that. I can tell you from experience, and I know a lot of other YouTubers feel the same way, that the more you try to exploit the algorithm or trick the system into gaining followers, like this game of copying other popular ideas, the more soul-sucking and draining this job becomes. So if you're in it because you like goofing around or you like making an impact on kids' lives, focus on that. That's awesome. I saw that TikTok someone made about you recently that you responded to, saying that your job is like their nightmare job, making content that's relatable to middle schoolers or high schoolers. And you responded with a bunch of TikToks basically saying that, you know, you make an impact on a lot of kids' lives. It did seem like a little bit like you were using the sick kids in those videos to like kind of really drive that point home. It felt a little bit weird to me. But I do disagree with the original TikTok in that I don't think that making content for young people has to be inherently this, you know, shady pursuit. As long as it's actually for kids, which I also think that you've kind of missed the mark on sometimes, and you're not blatantly plagiarizing other people, I don't think there's any problem with that. And I would have so much respect for you if you just like owned that. Having the mentality that it's okay to steal content from other people because you're making such an impact on other people's lives feels to me more like you're patting yourself on the back rather than really trying to make an effort to be like a good creative force in these kids' lives. So look, dude, I think that there's room for you for an awesome path forward. Are you gonna be the guy who stole content from other people and tricked the algorithm and used other creators as pawns all the way to the top? Or are you gonna be the guy that pursued what he loves? Anyways, guys, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. After making this video and watching all of that stolen content, I feel like I wanna go like a whole week without watching any content. So thanks for watching. Bye-bye. What's up, Greg, and welcome back to another episode of Please Stop Trying to Give Birth at Disneyland. Please. Did you guys know about this? I just found out this is a thing. Women are trying to give birth at Disneyland in order to get a free lifetime pass. Don't do that. As I'm sure you guys are aware, because Disney is such a huge company with so many adoring fans and you know, people love going to Disneyland, there are a ton of like urban legends and lore surrounding the Disney parks. You guys may have heard of some of the more outlandish ones, like there's one that like Walt Disney's head is like frozen and buried somewhere at Disneyland or something, or like it's like Buzz Lightyear's head on the Toy Story ride or something like that. But today I wanted to sort of dive into some of the urban legends surrounding the Disney parks. Mostly the strange things that Disney adults do at the Disney parks. Although some of these things are so weird that I hesitate to call these people Disney adults, some of these things are a little extreme. Kind of feel like I should call them something else. These people are like Disney extremists or something, I don't know. The first one, like I said, women flock to Disneyland to give birth and get a lifetime free ticket, which is such a bad idea on its face. Like, please give birth in a hospital, give birth where there are like medical professionals around and not like a chipmunk. And the worst part of it is obviously this perk is an urban myth and does not exist. This is not a real thing. Laboring women have shown up at Disneyland in the hope that their bub will be born there and get a lifetime free ticket. But guess what? That perk is an urban myth and does not exist. Important to note, this article is Australian. That's why they're calling the baby bub. They're talking about a baby there. They're not talking about like a bottle of champagne or something. I'm going to Disneyland and giving birth to that bubbly dude, which is also what I call having a fart. I just gave birth to a bubbly. As a veteran of the pregnancy game, I know for sure that the journey to motherhood, okay, that's a weird way to say I've given birth before, or just that I am a mom. As a veteran to the pregnancy game. So you have kids, right? Me? Yep, yeah, that's right. I've done 3 tours of pregnancy. I've seen shit you cannot imagine. The pain, the screaming. Yeah, I've heard childbirth can be pretty tough. The innocent lives lost. Oh.
What? The airstrikes. So many civilian casualties. Are we still talking about giving birth? Yes. Laboring women are racing to Disneyland's gates in hopes that if their baby is born there, they will secure their child a lifetime pass. Okay, so the article goes on to describe that there are people that have given birth at Disneyland before, and people have tried to replicate it and give birth at Disneyland, and they've gotten caught, and it hasn't gone well. I do feel like the article is over-exaggerating, though, saying that laboring women are racing to Disneyland's gates. Like, pregnant women have, like, the baby already coming out and they're shoving it back in, like running into Disneyland. There's just like a crowd of angry mothers-to-be banging on the gates in front of Disneyland. Let us in! We must release our spawn! Like making a break to the Pirates of the Caribbean ride to do a water birth. I just feel like they're exaggerating a little bit. I don't know if I would characterize it quite like that. So you're probably wondering how this rumor started. Like, did Disney ever at one point give a lifetime pass to someone whose baby was born at Disneyland? Well, I will let this TikTok explain that.
Today in Disney history, the very first Disneyland baby was born. Rosa Salcedo gave birth to a 6-pound, 10-ounce baby girl on a bench on Main Street, USA, right outside of the Plaza Inn. Can you imagine visiting Disneyland as a family of 2 and coming out as a family of 3?
Yeah, I can actually. But not because I'm gonna give birth. I'm gonna kidnap Donald Duck. You're my child now, Donald. The perfect happy family of 3. Husband, wife, and my uncle Donald Duck, who I've been holding at gunpoint for the past 16 years.
There have been 4 babies born at Disneyland, and all of them have been girls, but only one has their own Disneyland birth certificate.
So that might not have sounded significant, but that's actually how the rumor started. The first baby that was born there, Teresa, got a birth certificate that was just like a Disney birth certificate that says like, this is the first baby to ever be born at Disneyland. And I guess like word got out that this baby got some kind of special certificate, and then people just started assuming like, oh, that's a lifetime pass. That baby got a lifetime pass. And from that moment on, has just been a rumor that if you give birth at Disneyland, your baby gets a lifetime free pass. So honestly, if you're like that big of a Disney fan and you do this, you don't even get a lifetime pass. You still have to pay to go to Disneyland. It's just your baby that gets in for free. And I kind of feel like babies get in for free to Disneyland anyway. Is that true? Children under the age of 3 get in free to all 4 theme parks and 2 water parks at Disney World. There you go. You want your kid to get in free to Disneyland? A better conspiracy would be just pretend they're 3 years old for their entire life. That shit could actually work. The article goes on to talk about a time where someone has tried to sneak in to give birth at Disneyland, and they hid in the bathroom while going into labor until I guess employees had to like assure her that her baby would not be getting a lifetime pass, and then she was like, oh, okay, fine, then I'll just go to the hospital. Once they assured her that she would not be receiving a lifetime passport, she came out and accepted the ambulance ride to Western Medical Center where her baby was born shortly thereafter. I don't know about you guys, but it kind of sounds like she failed the test. If you know anything about Disneyland, you know how well the cast members there, all of the employees, all the staff, all the people in costumes are trained to like respond to every circumstance. It sounds like you just entered the giving birth at Disneyland experience, and honestly, you didn't make it to the end where you get the prize. It also says that this discussion board, The Laughing Place, has some hilarious forum chats about this topic. So I guess other people have been like sharing stories about this happening on this forum, but when I clicked on it, it turns out that it doesn't exist anymore, which kind of sucks because I wanted to find out more times that this has happened, but honestly, it is probably for the best. Kind of sounds like they were talking about some pretty sick shit in there. You think you're gonna go to a Disney forum and see people talking about like, my favorite movie's Coco, but instead you see people talking about like, I'm gonna give birth inside of Pluto's house. I'm gonna go to Disneyland and get fucked by Goofy, and then Goofy's gonna be the father of my child, and I'm gonna give birth on It's a Small World. And I'm gonna make Elmer Fudd cut the umbilical cord. Is Elmer Fudd a Disney character? I actually don't think he is. But he's gonna be there anyway. And then me and my freak mutant, half goofy, half human child will both get lifetime passes. Free pass for life for my little freak. Passes or not, being born in Disneyland is a pretty cool claim. Yeah, I mean, I guess so. The way this is written, it kind of makes it sound like, so you might not get a free pass, but I don't know, it's worth a shot. You might want to do it anyway, just for shits. I've actually found a little bit of discussion about this on TikTok as well.
Quick question, what's stopping me from giving birth in Disney World? Like in the Magic Kingdom, on a ride, in the Epcot ball?
I think this TikTok in particular is a joke, but the comments under this TikTok are actually very interesting. I went into labor at Disney. They were not cool about it. And people like responded asking her to elaborate, and she goes on to detail her experience going into labor at Disney. And from her experience, it kind of sounds like the second anybody starts going into labor at Disney now because of this conspiracy, the entire staff immediately flips and like makes it their top priority to get get you out of the park and like to a hospital to give birth. And I guess that sometimes they can be so rushed trying to get you out of the park that it comes off as rude, but obviously they're just like concerned for your health. They also don't want this rumor escalating of like people giving birth getting a free pass. And also it's just like people in sweaty mascot costumes trying to not deliver a baby because that's not their job. So sometimes I guess it comes off as rude. But the funny thing is, from this woman's entire explanation, it sounds like she didn't even know that this urban legend was a thing. So in her head, I guess she just like broke some unspoken rule at Disneyland that she had no idea about and made the entire staff of the happiest place on earth turn on her in an instant, which is so funny to me. Hello there, what can I get for you? Yeah, can I just get a medium root beer, please? Oh, great. Oh, great, another guy here to put his balls in the root beer. What? Hey everybody, this guy right here is about to pull out his big fat balls in front of everyone, in front of a bunch of children, and put his balls in a glass of root beer. Why would I do that? Don't play dumb. I'm not playing dumb. I am dumb in this situation. You've clearly heard that if you put your stupid fat balls— Why do you keep calling them fat? In the root beer at Disneyland, you get to spend the night with Minnie Mouse. Oh, what the fuck? No, I just wanted some root beer. Is that true? No, it's an urban legend. But no matter how many times we tell people it's not true, we still get perverts like you coming to Disneyland, ordering root beer just so they can put their stupid— Don't call them fat. Fat balls in it! Oh, come on, man, don't cry. I already am. Why do you still sell root beer if this keeps happening? Because if you shit in the root beer, you actually do get a free fast pass for Space Mountain. Okay, I don't want to put my balls in root beer, and I definitely don't want to shit in the root beer, okay? I legitimately just want to drink some root beer. Oh. Sorry, my bad, man. I didn't know. Okay, well, that's literally what I asked for, so here you go. Ah, what the fuck is that? It's Walt Disney's head. You said the secret code, so here's his head. No, root beer. What? I wanted root beer. I wanted to drink root beer. So no head? No. Overall, pretty disappointing that anyone actually believed this in the first place. In what world would Disney want to foster an environment where mothers are coming into their park, their theme park, to try to give birth? Especially if they're not like billing it back to the person that gave birth and being like, okay, here's your hospital bill, and because it's Disney, it was $1 million. Now, by now, it should be no surprise to you that there are some people in this world that want to spend every waking moment of their lives at Disneyland, especially their most precious moments in life, which is why you can also get married at Disneyland.
Let's take a look at some of the craziest places you can get married at Disney World. Starting at $12,000, you can get married at the Haunted Mansion in Disney World.
But just like expecting mothers trying to sneak into the bathroom to pop out a quick person, couples are of course also trying to cheat the system and avoid paying to have their wedding at Disney. So they'll just like sneak in with like themselves, maybe a couple family members and an officiant, and just like have the wedding in like a somewhat secluded area of the park. Here we have an article that details a San Diego couple sharing their secret Disneyland wedding story. Not many people can say they secretly got married in Disneyland's Sleeping Beauty Castle. 2 years ago, Gabriel and Andrea had been saving up for their dream wedding at Disneyland. However, when they began looking for wedding options at the park, the couple said that the cheapest option was $12,000. Instead, they decided to spend their life savings on a house. Great move, honestly. No complaints so far. That's a very wise choice. So Gabriel and Andrea decided to have a secret wedding at Disneyland. The couple gathered Gabriel's oldest daughter, an ordained minister, a witness, and packed their bags, heading for Disneyland for what they called a guerrilla-style wedding. Now, I don't know much about weddings. I've only had one, but I do know that you don't generally want to have them guerrilla-style. Like when we were planning our wedding, that word almost never came up, I don't think. Just imagining them describing their wedding afterwards, like, yeah, it was so romantic. We hid in the bushes for 8 hours in the hot Florida sun, wearing camo paint, waiting for the crowds to die down. You know, just sort of waiting out the crowds and the gunshots, the airstrikes. Airstrikes? Then we popped out and I said I do. Happiest day of my life. Here's my favorite picture of the big day. Now buckle up, because this next urban legend is about to get nasty. Quite literally, this is disgusting. Like I said, the most devoted Disney fans would probably spend forever at Disney if they could, but maybe
they can. For years and years, the Haunted Mansion has been the home to an endless supply of Disney myths and legends. But the attraction's most prevalent and persistent rumor is that guests regularly spread the remains of their friends and family inside the ride. This can't be true though, right? It is 100% true. Yes, that is right, and I don't want to bash anybody's final wishes. I know that that's a very personal thing, but spreading human remains in a public place that people are like walking around and touching? Please don't do that. Or you know what, I should say, because I feel bad for people who are just trying to honor their dead relatives' wishes or whatever. If you're alive still and you're watching this video and that's gonna be in your will, please take it out. Don't make people do that on your behalf. Honestly, I am a little relieved that people are sticking to like spreading ashes at least, because there are a lot of different ways to dispose of a body. It was actually my grandpa's greatest wish to be laid to rest at Disney. Oh, that's sweet. You're gonna scatter his ashes around at the park? Not exactly. The Haunted Mansion probably has so much human ashes in it, it's not even funny, said one Disneyland custodian. Blah! That is the nastiest thing. Oh my God. Don't do that. Do not do that. Please.
People scatter their loved ones' ashes in the Disney parks monthly. Can you imagine just like being on a ride and the person next to you is dumping out ashes? Disney employees are literally aware of this too. They have to follow special protocols every time this happens. The custodians are used to identifying and vacuuming up these ashes.
I don't know why I was surprised to hear they vacuum them up. Of course they do. It's a literal human corpse, basically. Of course they get rid of it. The people who are like requesting this happen to their bodies must know this, right? They must know that some custodian that does not willingly work in like a morgue or something is going to have to take care of that. This sounds awful for everyone. If you're the custodian, you have to vacuum it up, but if you're the person that just lost someone you care about, you have to know that they're just gonna vacuum it up. They might even make you watch. They have you come identify all the places that you scattered the remains, and then they just like make eye contact with you while they're vacuuming it up. This is going in the garbage now. We're gonna throw this in the garbage now. Say bye-bye. So when you're laying them to rest in the happiest place on earth, you're actually condemning them to forever in the suckiest place in the world. Yes, that is a very funny joke.
And people will put them anywhere too. Like flower beds, bushes, the lawn at Magic Kingdom, outside the park gates.
Outside the park gates? They'll put this shit anywhere too, you know? Outside the park gates, on the highway on the way home, the McDonald's across the street, Universal Studios, shit anywhere. It doesn't really matter. I feel so bad for the employees that have to deal with this, honestly. That would be so scary. Honestly, even as a patron, I honestly like going to Disneyland every once in a while. I think it's pretty fun. But next time I go, I am going to be terrified that I'm like touching human remains at all times. Especially now knowing that they put them everywhere. I'm gonna be eating a turkey leg and wondering like, is this actually some guy's leg?
They're most frequently dispersed around the Haunted Mansion, which is kind of perfect if you ask me.
Okay, this girl's actually a little bit too into it. But now this whole ashes thing, which is not really an urban legend, is actually true, has actually spawned urban legends out of it, as you can see here.
Have you heard of the legend of the crying boy at the Haunted Mansion in Disneyland? The story goes a mother spread her son's ashes without permission from Disneyland, and you can see him crying as you're exiting the ride.
Spooky. I wonder why he's crying. Maybe because his ashes are in a vacuum. Maybe because he was a little boy and his mom spread his ashes in the scariest ride at Disneyland. The mom was like, yeah, my son used to love this ride. Every time we would get on it, he would be screaming and crying and shaking because he was so happy and excited. So I decided this is the perfect place for him to spend the rest of eternity. In a rundown castle of pure terror. It's what my darling little boy would have wanted. All in all, it seems to me that Disney, this giant corporation that owns like every media property known to man, has their grubby little fingers wrapped around people a little bit too tightly. It's like you already have every movie and TV show. Do you really need people like begging to spend their entire lives at your theme park also? But even still, with people spreading their loved ones' ashes at Disney, people trying to give birth at Disney just to get free tickets, Disney is still trying their best to immerse you in their parks as much as possible to make you never want to leave. Recently, Disney opened up the Galactic Star Cruiser Hotel, which is a Star Wars hotel and experience. I think it's like a 2 or 3 day long experience where you are like in this hotel. There's like a story that you have to follow about shit going on around you. It seems very immersive, and to a pretty big Star Wars fan, honestly, it sounds pretty cool. But it is also $5,000, and instead of windows, your room has a screen that just shows a video of outer space playing. So,
Just keep that in mind that you might go insane while you're in this place. With no concept of night or day, you just have to adhere to the Star Wars pre-approved activities. There's like stormtroopers patrolling the halls at all times. It's kind of like they wanted to build a Star Wars hotel, but they built a prison instead. I read through some of the Google reviews for this hotel. It's only been open for a little bit, so there's not that much to go off of. And honestly, there are a lot of 5-star reviews of people who seemingly really enjoyed it. I did think that this review was really funny. This person gave it a 1 out of 5, and they said, thought the experience was fun, but not worth the price. There are too many missions to keep track of, and you are always missing something. It kind of seems like they got like too immersed in the story and like started to believe that they really needed to complete these missions. This sounds more like the review of a disgruntled employee that like works on a spaceship. There are too many fucking missions, man. There's too much shit to do. The hyperdrive is gonna fail, and I need to fix that. Not to mention the First Order's breathing down my fucking neck, trying to get me to give away the location of my comrade. This place is fucking stressful. I think my favorite thing I've seen come out of this Star Wars hotel is this apparently now deleted ad for the experience that says strike unlikely alliances in your very own Star Wars story. Apparently when you come in, you can decide if you want to be like on the good side or the bad side. So this, holy shit, this place is metal, dude. This goes hard. It's crazy to me that you actually can choose to be on the side of like the evil intergalactic fascists, basically. You and your preteen daughter can don First Order uniforms and betray one of your favorite characters' trusts, Chewbacca, giving away his location and leading the First Order directly to him, who will take him away to be tortured and then eventually executed. It might be a little too immersive. It might be. We're gonna start hearing people come back and you're gonna be like, how was your trip? You went to the Star Wars hotel, right? And they'll be like, the guilt over my actions will haunt me forever. But I did what I had to do. It was honestly fucking sick. I loved it. And honestly, like, if someone offered to bring me there for free, would I go? Yes, I probably would. Yeah, honestly, I would like to go 100%. I would like to go. And as if living in an intergalactic prison day-to-day life is curated by Disney. Oh gosh, I feel like we have so much chemistry together. Me too. This has been great. This date was a lot of fun. I really haven't connected with anyone like this in a long time. Fantastic. How likely would you be to recommend this experience to a friend? What? On a scale from 1 to 10, how would you rate my performance? Performance? I thought you were just like genuinely interested in me, like romantically. Oh, perfect. So a 10 then? I really opened up to you. And you opened up to me. That's all just part of the story living experience. It's Disney magic. So that whole story you told me about how sad you were that you had to release your pet into the wild because it had grown to be wild. That was the plot of The Fox and the Hound. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Thank you for riding Disney's Love Connection. Please make sure you pick up all your belongings as you exit the ride.
Are you an animatronic?
Please do not try to fuck any of the animatronics.
Are you all animatronic?
Have a lovely day here at
Am I the only person that lives here? Anyway, that's the end of the video. It's time to talk about our sponsor. What's up? It's me, a hacker, and I'm so excited to steal your data because you don't have today's sponsor, ExpressVPN. You see, sending data over an unencrypted network is a lot like sending a postcard. There's no envelope to cover up your info and protect your sacred message. So any old creep with a little bit of basic computer knowledge and a little bit of free time can come along and check out all of your private information. I'm talking passwords, financial details, hell, emails. I'm gonna look at all of it. I'm doing it right now. Hey guys, I was just kidding. It's just me, Danny. Well, I wasn't kidding about most of it actually. Just the part about me being a hacker, but the rest of it is true. Oh, there's not enough light on my face now. Can I just sort of illuminate my face with this? Luckily, today's sponsor, ExpressVPN, is here to help. Because ExpressVPN encrypts all of your network data with their best-in-class encryption. It would literally take a hacker using a supercomputer billions of years to crack this encryption. ExpressVPN has the fastest speeds out there. They've got 24/7 customer support, and ExpressVPN is extremely easy to use. You can fire it up and get connected with just one click. I've got ExpressVPN on every device that can have it, just to have a little bit of extra peace of mind when I'm out and about, especially on public Wi-Fi. So if you want to find out how you can get 3 months of ExpressVPN for free, then head on over to the link in the description. That's expressvpn.com/Danny Gonzalez. That's expressvpn.com/Danny Gonzalez. Thank you, ExpressVPN, so much for keeping us safe, but also sponsoring this video. Thank you to you guys for checking out ExpressVPN. When you click on the link, it really helps to support my channel, so thank you for that. All right, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're new here and you're not subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe and turn on my notifications to join Greg. Greg is what I call my army here on YouTube. We are a ruthless army whose violence and terror knows no bounds. Please subscribe and turn on my notifications to join, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye. What's